Boom! It's all on screen. Hey guys! We did it! Hi!
Hey!
We're here, and it's time for games. It's game time, you might say.
Some might say that.
Some might say. It's what I'm saying right now. I'm sticking with it. Game time, guys. Hi everyone. We're here today. We're gonna play an awesome game called Spoken Magic by our good friend Dylan. And yeah, I'm excited to show this off. We're all gonna work together. I'm Jess. This is my channel. Thank you for being here. And I'm gonna go around to some other people, and I'm gonna go based on what I see on the screen. Megan, you're first.
Hi. I don't know what to say. I'm Megan. Wide-eyed wilding on Twitter, and I'm excited.
Yay!
I'm excited to play. This is my first stream, so.
Yay! I'm so excited that you could come and play.
Yeah.
Jordan.
I'm Jordan. I'm made of cartoons on Twitter and sometimes on Instagram. I am excited to play as well. I got to try it out, just to test it out for about half an hour, and I got really excited about playing a full one, so I'm glad to be here.
Yay! Jason.
All right, I'm Jason, at Chase Levine on Twitter. And I have not played through this game at all yet, but I'm really excited to give it a try and figure it out along the way.
Yay. Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah, so none of us have played through this game fully yet, but it is a very cool, it's a GM-less, prep-less system, which is definitely one of my favorite things, and most of what we've been streaming, lately when we do ttrpg content, because what's better than a game you can just, pick up and start playing immediately with anyone, and no one has to plan ahead of time, and you just get to story builds together. I think that's the best frickin' thing. So yeah, I'm really excited to try this one. Really quickly, I'm going to go through how this works for anyone that wants to know / is interested. Once again, we have the command that you can put at any time to see, so you can go find the maker of this game, as well as where to pick up this game. There are links above, and we'll post them probably throughout the playthrough if you want to go check it out, pick it up, support this awesome game. So basically, as you can see, we sort of on screen have spots for things. We have a deck called the Arcanum deck, we have a deck called the Words deck, we have a deck called the Location deck, and we have a Problem deck. So, good things to come. Basically, when we start the game, we're each going to pull one Arcanum card that is going to tell us sort of how our magic works, where our magic comes from, how we use it, that sort of thing, kind of what kind of magic person, what kind of magic people we be. And then we're going to each pull 6 cards from the Word deck, and we will decide what those words mean to us and what kind of magic we think they might entail. From there, we are going to pick a location card, and that is going to be our home base, our base of operation, our place that we are leaving for some reason. And we will together sort of decide what that says, what our home is like, maybe why we're going on this trip, that sort of thing. And then we will start on our adventure, which will proceed in a similar fashion, where we will pull location cards to see where we're going. We will build what we think that might be like together. We will pull a problem, and then we will either work together, I hope, to try and resolve it, or not. There is an option to hinder yourselves and other people in this game. And basically when you do that, you apply your magic cards to them. If you are helping, you get to roll a d6 to help. If you are hindering, you get to roll a d4 to hinder. And from there, if you roll a 6, you did it. Good job. You made good magics. If the d4 rolls a 4, however, well, poop for you. It didn't work.
But if you were trying to hinder, that would be
I guess so. I guess if you were trying,
success?
Yeah, then question
Good job,
mark,
jerk.
success.
You messed it up.
Thanks, whoever did a hinder. Rude.
It's whatever the opposite of poop is for you. It's ice cream for you.
Exactly. And then if neither top number is rolled on any dice, then it worked. Kinda. Maybe only a little bit, maybe only for a little while. Yeah, and then the person who started that scene gets to give one of the magic cards to someone else. The rest of the magic cards go away forever. That magic is gone now. And then you proceed, and the next person starts the next scene. And that we will play through continuing like that, basically, is how it works. Eventually, either when we run out of spell cards or whatnot, that's when we start our trip back home. Either when we run out of spell cards or when time is up, basically.
Whichever comes first.
Is how that will work. But yeah, so I think that's good. Is everyone cool? Is everyone ready to speak some magics?
Ready.
Okay. Let's do it. So everyone go ahead and draw an Arcanum card to begin with. Ooh, I got your words are stolen. I love it. I'm writing this down.
Ooh. Okay.
I got my words are formed from nothingness. All right.
You sound spooky. I don't like you anymore.
Oh boy.
I make things from nothing. That's pretty good.
That's true, I guess. If you're thinking of it as like crafting.
If there was no bunny and now there's a bunny, would you be upset?
No, that's true. You're right. You're right. But like the way
I like that logic.
The way you're making it positive, and I appreciate that. Because I already said earlier that I want to try to make this game as like happy-go-lucky as possible. Because when me and Jordan played, it became very spooky very quickly, and I was like, want to see if we can make this a bright, happy-go-lucky story. Let's see what. But I like that you changed nothing to like I crafted something out of nothing. Whereas like when I read it, your words are formed from nothingness. It sounds like darkness.
Well, darkness is something. We don't have to talk about this right now.
Yeah. What did you? What did
The
everyone?
philosophy of nothing, of nihilism. Are we each going to pick like a corner to keep our cards in?
I was gonna lay them out kind of. Hang on,
Oh, yeah.
I'm stealing your card. I'm laying it right here. Yeah.
All right.
Stop.
I want to bring mine out.
I was moving it when you were moving it. Okay.
Mine's up. Mine is your words are restorative.
Ooh.
Mine is my words are elemental.
Ooh. Yeah. So if you guys want to line it up under sort of the discard, then at least we can see them all on screen.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
That works.
I have to move that one slightly. Okay, that's good. So everyone can sort of see them at least somewhat on screen now. Woohoo! Okay, so your words are stolen. Okay, so now we all draw 6 word cards and determine what that magic word means to us.
And these are kind of private, right?
Yeah, I guess so. We're gonna share them eventually, but
And we can do 6 at once, right? Is that okay?
you should be able
Or
to,
should I do
yes.
one at a time? Okay, cool.
Does that work? You just press the draw thing and it... Oh, yeah, it does.
Yep.
Sick.
It gives you that option.
Yeah, and you can look at them all listed in your hand if you don't want to toss them all out onto the...
Yeah, I'm putting them out because, I mean, I'm the one that's showing stuff on my screen to everyone.
That works.
That's fair.
So I feel like there should be something on screen so they can see what it looks like. And then I'm
Yeah,
gonna
we need to keep talking and filling the...
talking and doing stuff at the same
We
time.
need to create words. We need to create words from nothingness.
Yeah, like
Wow. Your Arcanum card is a metaphor for streaming.
Yeah.
rude. I feel like
Just
you're
keep
just
talking.
really trying to rub it in right now, I feel like. Yeah, if I was smart, we would have like drawn the cards and picked the words before, and then we could have like next time, guys, next time. Ooh, I like this one.
We're all learning here.
Yeah.
Learn by doing. Learn by doing.
Yeah, and I mean, now you're seeing the whole process. You can see exactly how long it actually takes to do stuff.
You're all seeing how the sausage is made.
Jason, why? Okay.
I'm currently writing down my words because we're going to have to decide what they mean, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now too. I literally have like a notebook and I'm writing down my word.
You want to explain to us how a notebook works, Jess?
Yes, so this is parchment that was pressed from
And bound.
the either the traditionally in the old times it was like a papyrus, but this is like a pulp from
I have only heard of such things. A marvel to mine eyes.
I'm starting to suspect that Jess made a mistake by inviting us to game this game.
Yeah, have people ever been kicked off the stream in the middle of the stream? Because
Not yet, but
not yet.
it's the first time for everything.
This is my first stream, so you never know. I'm gonna try really hard not to get kicked off.
Start strong. Start strong.
I've got.
Okay.
What there?
My words come from nothingness. Right.
I was just thinking of like a name, and I like almost. I was like, no, I can't do that. For my dumb wizard name, I was like, I don't know why. I just thought of like Thundercats, and I was like, Snarf.
No, I would not be able to take you seriously. Well, never mind. I'm not gonna be able to take you seriously anyway for the whole stream. It's not a problem.
Listen, I'm a super serious person. I can't say it. It's a
Yep.
lie. That's a total lie.
Yeah, wizard name.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got most of my words, but I don't know what I want to do about a wizard name. What's a really wizardous name? Oh, thanks for the host. Hey, welcome in, bud. How's it going? I don't know if you know, but we're playing this little game. There's the info for it if you were interested. I know you probably never heard of it, my dude, but it's a pretty cool game by this guy called Dylan. His name is Dylan. Guys, the creator of the game is in the chat. We should behave.
Everyone acts cool.
That's not gonna happen.
I have 0 definitions of these words so far because I keep laughing.
Oh, you don't have to do. You don't have to do like a definition. You just have to do like
Well, word.
a word.
A
But I don't
word
have those yet
associated
either.
with our word.
Yeah, because I like at least Dylan. Correct me if I'm wrong here, but when we play tested it like a little bit before, we did like just a word for each thing, and then it sort of left it open to the moment to be like, I think this word along with how my magic works would happen like this.
Yeah, you want to kind of keep it vague, probably, so that it can apply to a bunch of different situations.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's kind of how we did it. So literally, I have like one word for each thing right
For
now.
each. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we can't talk about the fart magic because
Man, we kept it
Is that
serious for like
awkward?
2 seconds.
I'm just trying to clear. I want to make sure that I don't bring up the fart magic too much.
It's all about balance.
Well-
Serious fart magic.
I mean, your words create something out of nothingness, right?
Mm-hmm.
Silent but deadly magic.
Uh,
All right, I've got my words.
I just need one more. Do you have a wizard name?
Oh no.
Okay, I've got my words. Elemental magic, wind magic, fart magic, all the same, exactly. Okay, I'm gonna put all my cards away now, so that stream doesn't have to see what I have. So I have something for each of those now. I need a wizard name. What's a good wizard name? Oh yeah, we did have a question about measuring the pressure of farts the other day. That's a good point when we were playing Jackbox.
That was last night.
That was last night when we were playing Jackbox. It was a very important trivia question, clearly.
We all got it right too.
And your conclusion was?
It was
about Pascals.
It was about Pascals. It was like if you were using Pascals to measure farts, what would you be measuring? And it was the pressure of farts.
And we all knew that.
It was the only question 100% of people got.
Well,
We know about our fart pressures.
your fan
oh,
base
you know your
has
people.
Okay, so I went with Mori for my name.
Okay.
Like Memento Mori.
Mm.
I wanted something a little nothingness.
All right.
I don't know.
My wizard name is Zell.
Damn it.
I'll change my thing to that.
Yeah, you can change your thing. Still love that question? Yeah, it was a good one. I'm gonna go with, I don't know, I'm gonna see how I want to spell this. I'm just gonna try it out and see how I like it. Just like thinking of a sound in my head. That's it.
Just thinking of sounds in her head. Cannot believe it.
I'm just basically retaining in all the sounds I normally make.
Yep.
And it's coming out in the form of a name now, so my,
I just learned what the definition of this word is, so I made it my name.
what is it?
It's the layer of ice that forms on like leaves and it looks super sparkly.
Wow. I never knew that.
Awesome. How do you pronounce that?
Emil
Emil?
or Emil.
Yeah.
The M mill, so M mill. Yeah.
Emil?
Like that.
Yeah.
That's
now
really
that
cool.
I've written mine out, I think it's a word in French, and I want to say it in French. I'm doing it anyway. My name is Partir.
Now, if that is a word in French, what does it mean?
To leave.
Yeah.
Which is not
Well,
unlike
that's-
to steal.
Right. Also, that just sort of makes sense with the game, too.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
What you should do after you steal is
Partir.
leave the vicinity.
Yep. So that's okay. So we have our wizard names. We have how our wizard magic works. We have our words. So now we'll pull a location card, and this will be our home. Hunter's Peak. I love it.
It's a good name. Solid name.
That is a good name.
I love it. Okay. So what do we think about our home of Hunter's Peak?
Do we all say a little bit something about it?
Yeah. If anyone has any like immediate thoughts that come to mind for Hunter's Peak.
And the prompt is a new companion.
I don't think
Yeah, how does the prompt factor in?
the
Does
prompt
that factor
factors in more for when we're traveling.
Okay.
Oh, right. Okay.
Not, I don't think it Dylan, you can correct me if I'm wrong here, but I don't think it factors in as much when we start. I guess you could, if it inspires you, perhaps.
I thought it was why we leave. I could be completely wrong though.
Ooh, is one of us not from here?
Ooh.
I could be not from this town. Because I'm not a hunter, I'm a thief. Do all of you have a like background or like at least your ancestry or something like that? Is like this town is famous for the hunters
Well,
it
I mean-
produces? Is it like a peak above like a forested area and like
It definitely sounds like it's on a mountain or...
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if we're up in a mountain, maybe there could be a school or something up here.
Oh.
Ooh.
And since my magic is elemental, that definitely works, that I'm up on a peak.
I could, if we want someone who is new to there, I could appear out of nothingness.
Where did you come from?
I thought we were saying good things came from nothingness.
Oh, that's really nice.
Oh.
I'm gonna kick myself out of it.
Oh no.
Wow.
Oh.
You get invited to a thing, you think it's gonna be fun.
Oh.
We know who's going to be hindering
Oh,
somebody's
God.
spells.
I
Cue
return to nothing.
thunderclap.
I return to nothingness.
Oh.
Oh, so
Yeah.
Dylan wrote in the chat that Meg's right on the rules as written standpoint. You're supposed to go around saying something about the location and something about why you're leaving. But rules as for suckers, do what you want.
But does the prompt have anything to do with those
Yeah.
descriptions?
I don't think-
When you're talking about the home?
The-
I mean, I'm prepared to just ignore the prompt for now.
yeah,
Yeah.
like a new companion is the
It
reason
doesn't
why
say
we
anything in
left.
the
it
rules
up.
about it.
Okay.
All right. So who's starting?
I mean, we all already started a little bit. Prompt is for traveling. You can use it. Haha. See, so the prompt is for traveling. I got
Oh,
it
we
right.
didn't say what.
Someone kind of did their research.
So, yeah, I mean, we said a little bit about our home, but we didn't say why we're leaving or anything.
Yeah.
If it is like a school and we're students, maybe there's trials. Like
Mhm.
they kick us out after a few years to like
Yeah.
learn.
I was gonna say the same thing. Like, if we're from this place and like we're known for a certain skill set or something, would it make sense if like very regularly, like once a year, people of age are supposed to like go out and travel like the world a little bit, and
Yeah.
something like that?
Ooh, since it is Hunter's Peak, maybe we're supposed to go out and supposed to return with something.
Ooh.
We're supposed to like bring something back to the
Yeah, the trials are
Oh.
called the Hunt or something.
Yeah.
And we have to.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Do we know what
That's
it
cool.
is, or is it a mystery?
Maybe it's like we find it along the way, like something we're supposed to bring something of value or back. But
We have to track it.
Fate or something presents it to us as
Yeah.
we go. So that we don't have to think of it now.
exactly.
Yeah, I feel like it's one of those you'll know when you find it kind of things.
Nice.
We totally will.
Okay, I like
Megan
that.
says the real Hunt was the friends we made along the way. We didn't even have to leave.
Spoiler alert.
I like it. So yeah, are we happy with that? Okay.
I
I
am.
am.
That sounds cool.
Okay. And so we're gonna start. And the rules is written in the book. You have to decide who goes first by the most magical means available to you. So we're gonna use dice.
They're very magical.
I get to roll a d4. I'm gonna go in the order on the Twitch screen. So Meg, you're 1, Jordan, you're 2, I'm 3, Jason, you're 4. Cool?
Cool. Lucky number 2.
Oh fudge, it's me. That's no fun. Okay. So I will pull a location card and we'll do the Gilded Reef, a great treasure. Ooh.
Ooh.
I like this.
So should we put our Hunter's Peak card on the home?
Oh
thing?
yeah, sorry, my bad. I'll move that. I'll put that there. Thank you. Thank you. So yeah. So I mean, I'll start and then everyone can contribute. But the person who pulled the card, my understanding is, gets sort of the final say. Because it's like my scene. So Gilded Reef, I feel like this was possibly the most intriguing place for a lot of us to go to right away, because I feel like a lot of us have mostly seen mountain, we've mostly seen maybe forest, and then like we'd heard about this like ocean and this like reef and like stuff like that, and so that was so completely different than what, like, I don't know if any of us have left home before. So I feel like that's the most interesting place.
Maybe we could see it, like from a
Yeah.
high point, and we could,
Ooh,
and
yeah.
even on dark days or gray days, it still glimmered, and it was always the point of the distance.
Yeah, and I wonder if, like, in particular, like, I've never been to, like, the Great Barrier Reef or anything, but when you stand on the shore, can you see it very well from there? Or would we have actually even seen it better from, like, above the mountain? There was, like, maybe a line, like, of
You
Yeah.
probably
visible...
could see it from the mountain clear.
Yeah.
You would have to look down into the water, right?
Yeah,
So-
that's exactly what I mean. So I feel
Yeah.
like we actually saw the reef very clearly from where we were, and it's been a point of interest for us. And then I think we get there and we're like, hey, where's the like really obvious line that we saw? Like, where's that like shocking line of red or whatever this like beautiful reef
All I see is water.
All I see is water. I mean, the water's cool. Don't get me wrong. Like, it's really cool. Like, hey guys, look, water. Let's go swimming. But yeah, and then a great treasure. Do we accidentally stumble upon something, or like?
Or did we think there was something
Did we
here?
think there was something here and there wasn't? Or did we go swimming
Maybe-
for the first? Do we know how to swim, you guys?
I don't
I feel
know.
like we wouldn't know how to swim.
Yeah, I feel like we wouldn't know how to swim either.
Because I also this is a complete happy accident, but when I was defining my words and my magic is elemental, none of them are water. So I don't think Zell has ever really seen or spent much time in water.
Mm-hmm.
We know what it is, but we've never like touched it or have been in it for a long period of time.
I mean, the reef itself could be the great treasure
Yeah.
in this case.
I think so. Ooh, okay. So here's what I like. I like that we get there and we're all kind of disappointed because we had this clear image of this sort of like spot in our mind, and then we get there and like maybe it's like high tide, and like we're like, where's the cool like stuff? Like where's? And so we just kind of like sit there through the day and we're like hanging out and blah blah. And then the the water starts to recess, and it's sort of like we're actually kind of like maybe a little bit disappointed, and then suddenly we can see it, and that's the great treasure, is that like we were like, oh, poo, like there's no thing here. I guess it was like a thing, and then it's like, boom, there it is.
Because that's how the tide goes down, just instantly.
Yeah, just like, no.
Instantly reveals itself.
That's why I said over the course
World
of a
building.
whole day. That's why I said, listen.
I like our world building of a dramatic low tide.
Just like boom, it's gone. No, I just meant that it becomes like suddenly we're like, wait, hey, what's that? What's that there? Like that's, and then we wait like into the evening, I think, and we sort of see it and enjoy this like spectacle.
Yeah, if it's gilded, it's got like a golden glow or something, and maybe.
Can there be bioluminescent things?
Ooh, yeah, which like
I think we even saw that from the mountain, and that's why we thought like, oh, there's got to be some treasure here.
Yeah.
And I mean, we don't have to swim. Is there like a boat? We could go. Is there a dock?
I don't think we would know. I mean, until we looked.
We would see. We would get an idea of what was around if we could see it from the mountain.
I mean, it depends on if there's other people here. If there's other people here, then there's boats. If there's not, then there's not. There's not just a random boat sitting in like it's like an empty shore and then like boat.
Let's be honest with ourselves. Something called the Gilded Reef is going to be a tourist trap.
Fair.
So is there a saltwater taffy place?
That's true. Yeah, I agree. So there's definitely like, I think when we first get there, we do head towards like the very touristy area, the populated area and stuff like that. And then I think maybe we explore out and get to a little bit more of a remote part. And that's when we get to see stuff. And it's very exciting for us.
Yeah.
Maybe the problem arises as we go out in the boat.
Why are you bringing this into the world?
What? Well, we have to have a problem.
I know, I'm going to pull the problem card. I'm sad too, but I'm going to pull the problem card now.
Everything's so nice.
Where else is it going to happen? It's going to be on a boat.
I mean,
on a boat.
I mean, let's see what it is first.
Okay, hang on. I'll pull the problem card. A bargain's mystical terms. Uh-oh.
Maybe there's a price to travel by boat.
Did we know this when we took the boat?
Maybe we got caught taking the boat, and then we had to finagle our way out of it, and we had to bargain with this person.
Yeah, did like a spooky, like hooded person just like show up on the boat?
That's my boat.
Yeah.
You have stolen the secret boat of
Well, you
Golden
didn't
Reef.
tie it up.
Like the boatman from the River Styx was going to get a coffee, and he comes back to his boat.
Oh, that's true. Tyler pointed out that my magic is literally like about stealing stuff, so I probably did steal us the boat.
Yeah, that's entirely plausible.
So did we?
But then we have a problem where we have to somehow
bargain for it.
Yeah.
We could have met somebody. Something might have appeared to us on our way out. Because there's apparently a treasure or something, and might have offered us a deal.
What deal?
Maybe. What if the Gilded Reef itself is like guarded by something?
Oh yeah,
A spirit or a creature that you have to bargain with in order for it to let you pass by boat.
That's true. So maybe like we take the boat, we try and get out to like the reef, and there's something there.
Turns out all the locals know this already. That's why the boat is there, but we're not locals.
No
so
one, no
it's
one's
like, whatever, we're taking your boat.
No one's dumb enough to like go out to the reef at low tide at night or something like that, except us, because we don't know that.
Oh, no.
Are there like angry mer wizards protecting the reef? And that's
I think it should be one big thing.
One big thing.
Yeah. A big shark or something.
A wizard shark.
Sure.
Wizard shark.
It's just the fact that it's like a bargain's mystical terms makes me feel like, or maybe there's like a curse or something, or like it's a bargain's mystical terms.
I mean, it could be a spirit.
Yeah.
Something like.
Is this too like Moana-esque if it's the water?
Huh.
I think that would be pretty cool.
I think that's cool.
If it won't let us through, because I feel like.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, reefs are natural barriers, so it kind of makes sense that we'd have to get permission to go past.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. So how how does the water present this like, do we just start bargaining? Like, do we get there and the water like forms a wave in front of us, and we intrinsically, as people in a magic world, know that we have to do something here? Like, we have to sort of like bargain with it to let us pass.
Maybe it's because we're trying to make things fun. Maybe it's a little playful, and like we try and move the boat forward.
It just like pushes us back.
It comes up and like the wave pushes us back, and the more we try and get forward, it like.
Yeah.
I like that.
That's
the
really
more
cute.
angry it gets.
Yeah.
And Dylan mentioned in the chat the questions that we sort of have to ask, which is, and I think we kind of just covered sort of all of those.
What's
This is
happening?
like, why can the problem only be solved by magic?
Yeah.
Well, the water just keeps pushing us back. There's no non-magical solution to this.
I love that. Meg, you too. Oh no, it's other Megan. Hi, Megan. Everyone's agreeing that you can't have anything too Moana-esque. So.
Yeah.
Sweet. Good to know.
Okay, so I really like this. So yeah, we try and like take the boat out, and we think that we can like sort of like go around the reef and sort of explore it, but the water itself has like a protective spirit or something in it, and so it keeps like pushing us back a little bit further the more we try and go forward. So we're like, okay, we have to appease this or like bargain with it somehow, or like so how are we magically solving this problem?
I know you guys were talking about one of your words, or no one's words, meaning water. I have one.
Okay. And your words are restorative.
I don't know how it would
Maybe
repair anything, or
maybe is there some damage to the reef or some like problem with the water, and you actually could help it somehow, like where we bargain
I have
with
something
it.
else that could work with that too,
Yeah.
to make something.
So we take turns putting cards in, or not, unless I think these sometimes tell us there's specific cards or whatever.
Yeah, sometimes it tells you that like you have to have at least one hindrance this turn, or you have to have, there's a minimum of one magic one magic word needs to be used.
And a max of one each.
And a max of one each, exactly.
Do we just start putting ideas in, or like do we negotiate?
I mean, you can put yours out there and start saying what you think.
I'm going to say my stuff doesn't really apply right now, so I'm going to lean on you folks. I think if you have things that we can talk to something, or we can, with the water card, I mean, that might do the trick.
I have something that if we're doing, like Meg said, I like the idea that Meg has the water and the restorative properties. I have something that I think I could use. It's not specific, it's very general, and I think that I can use it for the story. I have a word that I decided means point. And to me, in this case, it would mean that we don't actually know where the problem is exactly, and I can use this spell to pinpoint, like, where, because currently, like, we don't know exactly, like, maybe it's somewhere out in the ocean that this problem is happening, maybe it's somewhere on the reef, and I can direct it almost. And so in that way, I would be helping Emil's magic get to where it needs to be, because it would be too much, I think, to just send a general like restorative spell out into like the world. I think that would be kind of a big ask with like a whole ocean. So I think my spell, the idea would be to help direct hers.
I like that.
That's cool.
I'm on board.
Okay, so I guess you and I both roll a d6. So no one else is participating in this, right?
And you have to put the cards out and read them in magic.
I'm gonna put it out. This one.
We can just use our discards above us, I guess.
Yeah. So this is the one. This is the one I decided was point.
Okay, so Boop. This one is water.
I love it. Oh, we talked about this one.
We did, and I ended up getting the card. I was like, oh, sweet.
That's so funny. Oh my god, I love it.
All right. So we're rolling a d6?
Yeah, we're both rolling a d6.
Mm-mm. Ooh.
Did you?
Do we just? Can I just tell you what I got?
Yeah.
A 2.
Me too. I rolled a 2.
No!
So that means the spell works sort of.
It works
right?
sort of.
Ish.
Oh
no.
I think.
Do we have to roll a 4 too, or no?
No.
No.
Okay.
Nothing's in there yet.
There's nothing.
Oh right. Okay.
There's nothing dictating here that we have to hinder in any way. So I don't think we have to roll a d4 here. So, I mean, so the spell works. It's either just only temporary or it doesn't, like, work super well or something like that. So I think maybe, I think both of us, like, we've never seen water like this before. And then, like, I'm gonna use this excuse every time one of my spells doesn't work. I stole this spell from someone. I don't actually, like, know. I don't know how to cast it. I saw some guy do it one time, and I, like, stole the, like, I was like, and I, like...
The spell is defective.
Clearly
it's not me.
Yeah, it's not my fault, guys. And, like, but yeah, I wrote my notes down wrong, or I literally, like, peeked over someone's shoulder as they were doing this spell, and I, like, stole it, and I took the notes bad. So, you know...
no.
As much as, like, I tried to direct us perfectly, and as much as you tried to help.
Like, it's water. It must work. It's water.
Yeah, exactly. It was like maybe it wasn't specific enough, and
Or
then
are we like off course a little or something? Because it sort of worked.
Or we could have lost something, like it maybe got over enthusiastic and pushed us too far, and we like something fell overboard. Supplies.
Yeah. So like it's letting us do our thing, but now we're not lost at sea, but we have to.
Going the roundabout way.
Yeah, we have to, like, push, get our way back somehow. So it's just, like, it went from, like, a nice leisurely trip to, like,
3-hour tour.
Yeah, like, whoops.
Yeah, maybe we used a lot more of our supplies than we expected to because we're stuck out there for longer.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think that's what happened. So, not the worst, guys. Not a terrible trip. And
it's all right. The boat's still afloat. We're okay. It's beautiful out.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah. So actually, I have a question, Dylan, since you're here. Since it's my scene, I think I get to give one of the cards. And does the card have to go back to someone who is in this scene, or can it go to someone else who is not in this scene?
Oh, we were all in the scene.
Oh yeah, you're right. Everyone was in the scene, just not everyone cast magic.
Participate on the spell.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what. Yeah. I was wondering if. Yeah. There you go. I was wondering if I had to go back to someone who cast a spell.
Either word to any player. That's what Dylan said.
But it keeps its meaning, right? Yeah.
Either word to any player. Okay. Yeah, it keeps his meaning. So I'm gonna give Megan. Do you want to take point?
What do I want?
Take point. Take tis. This tis. Tice.
Take this.
Take tis.
Sing.
Take this.
And
Absolutely.
we'll leave Delmar. I don't know, because I think it's more fun to mix things up a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, and so we'll leave. So you can take that one into your hand, and we'll leave.
And I think you can flip Dalmar over.
Yeah, good idea.
Like face
Flip.
down.
There we go.
So should I completely cross out that one? We'll never use it again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you can take the Tis card.
Yeah.
Okay. Got it.
Okay.
It's dangerous. Take tis.
Take tis.
Exactly.
Oh, it's like you think of
Perfect. It used to be giving a card back to someone, but then some people could run out of cards before others. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. And then, ooh, how do we want to do next? We could go. We could go in the order on screen. Does everyone know? And I'll reiterate.
What are we doing?
Oh, like for who's next?
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
So since I was, yeah, so it was me, and then it'll be Jason, and then it'll be Meg, and it'll be Jordan. Is that cool with everyone?
Yep. But I do have a question.
Yeah.
So we got past the problem. We're out at sea.
Yep.
Is the next location like where we get to? Because we were originally going to the reef, but did we not like
this
find
scene
anything
is done,
there?
I think. So we can say like we managed to get out. We hung out at the beach a little longer, but then we
did
continued.
not find any treasure on the reef.
Yeah. I mean, the treasure was the reef we saw along the way.
We're gonna use that for every scene.
Come on.
Okay.
Oh, I take the reef card for... Oh, right. I take the reef card because... Okay, I getcha. Because then we travel backwards afterwards. Okay, so I'll take that card. Cool beans.
And then do we discard the problem that we solved?
There's a past
Past
problem.
problems.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Boink. So,
No
are you able to take that card, Megan?
Okay, so right click, take card. Boop.
Okay.
Do it.
I'm gonna
Yay,
put
I did
that
it.
there.
Cool.
Okay. So, Jason.
All right. I'm going to draw a location.
I like that we just got in a boat and just started going in a direction.
Yep.
We don't know where we're gonna be.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I see the word dread.
Dread Forest. And the prompt is what we share. So, I think we crossed this body of water. We explored the reef. We got past the obstacle, the water spirit. And we crossed the body of water. It's not like a whole ocean. It turns out it's just like a small inland sea. And on the other side of that little sea, though, is a dark and foreboding thick forest of old growth trees. Gotta be something valuable in there, right? That we could bring back.
I mean, could be. The
It could be an object. It could be like Luke going into that tree and fighting himself. Like that could be what we're up against here too. So.
We'll know when we see it.
That's right. We all need to find and fight our shadow forms.
That's right. To become our ultimate forms.
Yep, clearly. Because this is not yet my ultimate form.
Well, I say we head to the spooky forest.
We're going into that forest over there?
Did we all say something about the Dread Forest?
Oh, I think we can all contribute, but it's your...
I really think it speaks for itself.
Well, it's a perfectly happy place.
I mean, it's a different forest from the forest that we came from, so it could... I mean, we hunt in a forest back home. Maybe what we need is in this forest here.
Just happens to look darker and older and less civilized than the forest where we come from. But that's okay.
But we know trees. We know it's okay. We'll be fine.
Important stuff is in forests.
Yeah.
Of course.
That's how things are.
We were sent out on a hunting mission. Here's a forest. We don't know how to hunt in the ocean. We know how to hunt in forests.
It's true. It's true.
Very true. Very true. You are right.
All right. So when do I draw a problem card?
I mean, I think if you think.
Have we done a?
Oh, what we share? Yeah, what's what we share?
Oh yeah. What do we share?
What are we sharing here? Do we go into this forest and it gets like kind of spooky, but we still like set up camp because we're like good and strong and determined? Do we share stories around the campfire? Do we share our concerns? Do we share what we want from this journey?
We could share our fears about the forest.
Yeah. It's almost like a ghost story, but it's just...
It's just how terrified we're feeling right now.
It's a little more specific and to the point and relevant to what we're doing right now.
I don't like not being able to see past the tree line. I don't like not being able to see what's coming up. Mm-hmm. And there's no paths through here. And it's terrifying.
I don't like how old everything is here and how it has been living for so long without us. Nothing in this forest needs us or wants us to be here.
I don't like that we don't have a path, that we don't know where we're going. We're just kind of taking it as it comes, which is, it doesn't seem smart.
I don't like that we haven't come across any, like, animals or anything yet, because, you know, normally forests have, like, life in them, and we haven't really seen that to be the case yet in this one. That seems bad.
Yeah, it's a little worrying.
Mm-hmm. Now that you mentioned it, there's no noise here.
Oh.
All right.
I just groan a little.
Now I'm gonna draw a problem card.
I feel like just like wrapping myself up like tighter
know.
as we're like discussing this. I feel, guys, maybe sharing our fears wasn't a good idea. I feel worse actually.
We all like slowly
Oh,
crunch
no.
together. Uh-oh, that looks bad.
A hungering fog.
What?
Each participating player loses an additional word.
Oh no.
So is that each player that's contributing to the spell? Or is it just each player?
Each participating player. So I think it's...
Yeah, it looks like we gotta burn one along with putting the one in.
Oh jeez.
everyone that
That's
contributes to this spell.
So yeah, we're just sitting in our camp, and as we're going through our fears, this thick fog just like rolls in out of nowhere, making us all feel even better than we did before.
Well, I have a word that's means abolish, kalum. So I think I could probably contribute that to push the fog back.
Yeah, I also have a word that means light, but if we use it with abolish, that probably wouldn't be good.
No. Oh, I do have the word make. Make light.
If we run.
Do you have a word that means run?
No.
I mean, you don't need one. We could probably run without it, but
I feel like the fog is all around us,
yeah.
Okay.
and it's hungry.
But so far for words, we have make and light,
Yeah.
which I'm pretty sure it's getting very dark and thick, you know, with the fog surrounding us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really have anything that's better than that. I think that's a good idea.
Dylan made a point about the light and abolish. Like we could say, light abolish this hungering fog.
Oh.
Using the light.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll get a none shall pass moment. I like this. That works for
Yeah,
me.
so we choose. It says you get to choose the order of the words before we speak them.
Oh, all right.
Okay.
And I'm willing to flitter one of my words back to nothingness to make sure that we're safe.
Okay.
Yeah, because we'd have to burn an additional one too.
Mm-hmm. All right. Is everyone cool with this plan of action?
Yeah, I think this is good.
Yeah. So I'm gonna put my.
Emil and Partier took the last one, so.
Yeah, I feel like Emil and Partier are just like hugging over somewhere, just like hiding and like.
So we're abolishing light.
Well, no, we're doing light and then
Abolish
abolish
this hungering fog.
That's what I meant.
So which one's which?
Callum is abolished.
Okay.
Serum is light. And then we each have to burn. Do all four of us have to burn in one, or just
Just who's
Jordan?
participating in this spell.
Okay.
Each
What do I
participating
want to
player
get rid of?
has to. Yeah. But you get to save one of these ones.
Those two words sound really cool together.
Yeah. Zarim Kalam. Did we just cast magic, guys?
Did. And I'm just
How do I
burning.
get card back?
You should be able to right click take.
Yeah, but how do I discard it?
Yeah, because we want to burn. Like this one I just pulled out. I want to.
Oh, I
I
guess
would
we'll
say
just
just
throw-
flip them and leave them in the discard pile.
Yeah, that's a good plan.
Okay, so we have our Zarem Kalum, where we are using the light to abolish the hungering fog.
Okay.
Now we have to roll.
Yep. You both roll.
I imagine that we use the fire in some way, and it like flares up,
Yeah,
makes a fog, the shield against the fog around us. I got a 5.
I got a 2. So
it
it
kind of
sort of
works.
More effective than ours, but
Yeah.
Maybe we just don't get a lot of rest. Like, you and I have to keep it up basically the whole night.
We have to maintain the light.
That's right, and we're safe, but
Yeah. It cost you those other spells, like.
And it doesn't get rid of the fog right away. It just, we have to maintain it for a while, and then eventually the fog clears.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But because of that, we're not very well rested.
We're
You two were able to sleep, but not us.
Do we know it's daylight? Are the treetops so thick that we can't see?
It's a good question.
Maybe Zell and I fall asleep just as the sun starts to come up. Like the fog clears maybe an hour before sunrise, and then.
Mm-hmm.
And then you see the light and you wake us up again, so we still didn't get very much sleep.
Yeah.
But we want to go while there's sunlight.
Yeah.
I'm up.
Yeah.
I'm fine.
I know you guys are really tired, but I just feel like we should get out of here.
Yeah, I hate this place.
That seems fair.
And
Which way do we go?
I have to give one of the words though first.
Oh yeah, you do.
I'm going to give the Kaloum, the abolish word, to Partir.
Okay.
So you take that one and I'll flip the other one.
Okay. How does that what does that look like? Do you tell me the story of what happened last night and tell me about the war? Do I steal it from you? Because that's how my magic works.
Wow, yeah,
I'm a terrible person.
Oh no.
It's like when we wake up and we're both tired, so it's easy for you to steal a word from. Because you're actually stealing that one from Maury, because that was his word.
Hey.
You don't need it anymore. I got this.
I would be happy to teach it to you. But...
Well, that's not how my magic works.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Probably didn't even notice it was taken.
Yeah, you probably didn't.
It was already nothing.
Fair.
Doesn't bother me.
All right. So we're up in the morning.
Yeah.
The sun is there. It's hard to see through the thick trees, but it's there.
Yeah.
Maury and I are really tired and exhausted, but got to carry on.
Which way should we go?
Yeah, do we want to continue through? Are we halfway through?
Did our boat just pull up on the banks of this area and it's just directly the trees right up to the water line? Is that kind of the idea?
Yeah, I actually think on the water line, it's actually those coastal trees, the mangroves and stuff that
are half submerged.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the forest is crawling into the water.
Mm-hmm.
Great. I hope that guy finds his way back to his boat.
Not a problem.
I just go over and kind of kick it out to sea.
Oh.
That'll help.
Bye, boat.
I'll write a little note that says return to sender or something, and I put it in, and then I kick it out to sea. Maybe it'll get back to our guy.
Sorry.
The boatman on the river Styx.
So yeah, do we just continue through the forest and reach the edge of it, and then we'll find out where we go next?
Yeah, I think so.
Just go straight.
Yeah.
Shortest distance between 2 points. As straight as possible.
Yeah.
Fine.
Just.
And we reach the edge of the forest, but two of us very exhausted and tired.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
But.
And Jason, don't forget to pick up your forest card.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, let's get out of here, guys.
Yeah, let's go.
All right.
And now it's Emil's turn.
All right. Dun-dun-dun. Let me make this bigger so I can see what I'm doing. All right. Location.
Ominous clicks.
Sorry.
No, that's fine.
Ooh.
Ooh. All right. So
Now's our chance.
Yeah.
I thought it's a treasure.
oh, that would be so much better.
Yeah.
So we come out from the forest. There's a clearing, but we can smell something. It's super sulfurous and just not good. And as we walk forward, we come to this huge chasm that's so deep we can't see the bottom. It's black, and but there's sort of ledges on it on the way down, and it goes on forever.
Is there steam rising up from it, or because you said there's a sulfurous smell? Is there heat and steam and
Yes, I guess it's warmer than the forest was.
Okay.
But not so much that if we could look over the edge and still tolerate it.
So we're not getting scalded by standing
No.
at the edge. Okay.
Nope. But it is sort of like, oh, this doesn't seem like a very fun place to be, but there's not really a way to go over it.
And that's not even our problem yet.
True.
This does not get solved by a boat.
And we also have the prompt of forbidden magic.
Oh.
So what forbidden magic is here?
Oh God, this is hard.
Yeah, I would admit that Maury would probably get pretty close just to try and see down in the depth as far as he could.
Great idea while you're really tired.
I'll do the thing where you're down on your stomach and I shimmy over.
Like army crawl towards it?
Yeah. So that it's just my like head poking over.
You see some forbidden magic in there?
Is there any forbidden magic? As you look down, maybe you see some stones that seem to be sort of floating in a line, not too close together, but kind of like bobbing, I guess. I don't know what else to do.
Do they have like runes on them? Do they seem to be forming messages?
I'm not looking down there. Can you tell?
Oh. Yes.
Great pass. That was awesome.
I look back at you all and I say, there's something moving down here and it's moving with purpose. Like it's assembling, these stone shapes are changing into different patterns and they're repeating. And maybe I count and there's 6 different patterns.
And Dylan also mentioned that this could include us casting forbidden magic when we go to solve the problem.
Okay. Maybe we can harness the abyss.
Yeah, maybe. So should we find out what our problem is?
Yes.
Maybe we can tie it into those mystery stones.
Ominous clicking.
So ominous.
That's
the hollow hunt.
And
we're
all
on a
players
hunt.
must contribute a word.
Oh.
So we all have to take part in this spell.
Maybe this is our opportunity to define a little bit of what we are supposed to be finding.
We are.
And I like how Dylan had just said, what's a little forbidden magic between friends? And then we get the card where all of us have to contribute to the forbidden magic.
And he's like, yeah. What about if, like, literally up until now, we've still been waiting for a sign, and this is the first, like, thing that seems like a sign of what we're looking for. Like, is it, I don't know whether it's indicating or there's something like familiar to what the, like, in the stones.
Yeah, I've written them down probably, like the patterns that they formed.
So perhaps maybe the stones, like if arrayed into a new pattern or something, could give us some kind of knowledge. But in order to do that, all 4 of us will need to
contribute to it.
So yeah. I mean, we could name this so that we tie in the hollow hunt here. We could name the crevasse or whatever, like the hollow or something like that, since it just is large and vast and empty.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. So what kind of words? I mean, I have one word that's very obvious for this. It just happened to work out, and it means stone.
Oh.
I have the word appearance, which could be interpreted as to change an appearance or alter an appearance if someone has a card that helps alter things.
What do I have?
My other ones don't really.
I
have conjure, but
I have either rise if we need to lift the stones up to us.
Ooh, I like that.
Then I won't say the other one I was gonna say.
Well, what was the other one? Come on.
Yeah, what's the other one?
I have slide if we need to move them around to create, like, to like solve this puzzle, like if we need to.
I think we've got something with slide and stone and appearance, because we're like rearranging how they appear to us.
So mine are more towards like, I have grow, heal. I have point, so we could give it a certain direction. Since
We could slide them to point towards something or indicate something.
We could try and get them. We can try and make the symbols on them reveal to us. And sorry, Jason, what was yours again?
Mine is stone.
Stone, yeah. To call up the stones and make them reveal and point us in the right direction for where we're going to the hunt, because like that is literally when we left home. We literally come from Hunter's Peak, and like we said that we had to do some sort of like big hunt. So this seems like it's part of our.
It's our first hint.
Yeah, it's our first hint. Yeah, to what we're doing out here and where we need to go and like where our target is.
We have to get to the other side of this giant chasm.
Like Dylan just sort of said what I was thinking too. Slide the stone's appearance to point the way.
Ooh.
Point us towards, like, our spells are arranging the stones to point us where we need to go.
Yeah.
All right, I think that makes the most sense of anything else, and we all have to put one in, right?
Mhm.
Yep.
All right.
So we're all rolling a d6.
But I'm also going to put my spell in the thing.
Oh yeah, yep, you're right. Sorry.
Andun, appearance.
I am. Which one?
I'm
did I
Kefris
say?
Stone.
I was slide, right?
Yep.
All right.
I'm gonna put mine.
So I'm point. So slide.
Slide. I'm first.
I'm second.
I want to hear this in your most magical wizard voice. Okay.
Me?
Well, yeah, it's your turn, so you have.
Oh, jeez. Okay. I have to try to pronounce them first.
Well, they're made upwards, so.
Yeah.
That's
You
true.
can't get them wrong.
I could just switch consonants and see what happens. Okay. Dry Kefris Andun Tis.
That sounds like magic to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Something's gonna happen.
Okay, so we all roll a d6.
Dun, dun, dun.
The odds that we get are pretty good that we get a 6, but I got a 3.
I got a 3 also.
Also got a 3.
I got a 4.
Oh,
So,
no.
turns out the odds that we'd get a 3 were very good. But
I mean, this is also, it could mean it's temporary, or it could mean it doesn't work as well, and we just...
I think maybe like because this is so complicated, all 4 of us are trying to come together and like do this thing, and it takes such coordination that maybe we don't have yet as a hunting party. So I feel like we sort of start to do it, and then someone's, like, I'm losing it, and then like someone else is like,
So do we get, like,
it's almost pointing, and then it like all falls apart, like just.
so we get like maybe a vague idea
Yeah.
of where we're supposed to go, but it's gone before we can really focus it.
Yeah, I think that's sort of what
Did you
happens.
see it? I saw it. Did you see it? I didn't see it.
I saw something. It was pointing that direction, but yeah,
That way.
Do these also help us get across this cavern, or?
maybe we walk across them as it's pointing.
Yeah.
Oh
that
my
could also
God.
make it confusing if we're walking across and trying to read them at the same time.
We could be yelling it out as we see it,
Yeah.
and like,
But also like they're moving, so we're like running, like.
it's like a dock that's floating on water. So you kind of you
And then they
sink
like
as you step.
drop out from underneath us as
Yeah.
the last person steps across.
Yeah. So like
All right.
whoever's in the back is like, hurry up to the person in the front. They're like, come on.
So I step off the last one, I turn around, and I'm like, all right, I'll write this down, and it's gone.
And it's gone.
So we're stuck with the memory of it.
Yeah. Okay.
And we try to recall what
So,
we saw.
Yep.
Emil, one of the words goes to somebody else.
Yep. You have to pick a word and gift it to someone.
Okay, I'm sorry. Can you remind me one more time?
Kefris is stone.
Stone. Okay.
Andun is appearance.
appearance.
Dry was slide.
Okay. I'm gonna do... Oh gosh, I feel like point could come in really handy again too.
Then gift it to someone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Keep it in play.
I will...
It's done us good. It's done us good a few times.
I'm gonna gift Tease to Mori.
I will accept it. And it means point, right?
Yes, means point.
Hey, Dylan, your game is really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fun.
It's been really great. It's like...
All right.
Cool.
What we
We
need
made
to
it, guys. We made it.
need to clean up the problem.
Yeah, so you keep your location, you take your location. Egg.
Okay, I take my location.
Yeah. Oh,
Got it.
shoot. Yeah.
All right.
How are we gonna get back across that, guys?
Problem for the future.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Maybe we get
Future Emil's problem.
the power of flight at the end of this. Yeah.
That's some hoping right there.
okay. Mori.
Is there anything before we're done, Meg? Is there anything on the other side that we are moving through or anything like that?
The other side is a clearing. It's more of a sort of a field just covered in wheat and it's kind of like sparkly on top.
Ooh.
Like sort of.
So, like a not farm wheat, but like natural, like wild.
Just long
Green.
grasses that
Yeah.
kind of have bloomed and they're pollinating everything, and it's kind of like sparkly. It's very shimmery.
So there's something nice about it, and we can rest maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not the forest.
Until the hungering fog gets wise to us again. And
Yes.
I like how before the stream we were like, Meg and Jess are gonna keep this happy. I think Dylan needs to do an expansion deck that's like the happy cards.
All right, I am drawing our next location. And then,
I'm excited and not at all worried.
uh-oh.
Diamond River.
Diamond River, and our prompt is a disagreement.
Ooh.
I was gonna say that doesn't sound so bad, and then a disagreement.
All right, we're gonna carry the sparkly motif along, and as we move through this tall grass that kind of almost has like these gemstone type blooms on the top, we come across this long. Maybe it's not super deep, but this shimmering kind of white water that a river that is moving through. And there's the same kind of sheaves of grass on the other side. I'm gonna say it's nice here. Maybe we spent the night here and woke up. But I'm gonna say that there's something at the bottom of the river that we can see that looks like it might be of value, maybe actual uncut diamonds or whatever. And I think I want to collect them, but maybe someone doesn't want me to.
Yeah, my immediate thought was, didn't we just fall for this with the reef? And we went through all that stuff, and there was nothing.
I don't remember
value.
trying to take anything out of the reef. We were just
But we went through. We had to get through that spirit, the guardian spirit, the water, just to get through across that sea that we didn't even really have to cross to begin with, because we thought the gilded reef was something special and it was going to be the treasure, and it was not. I mean, it was nice, but it was not what we needed to get.
So
I mean, it could just be rocks down there.
Maury sighs and sits down on the edge of the river, and he says, "Here's the thing, Zell. What if all of this doesn't work out? What if we don't find the thing that we're hunting? What if we come back empty-handed? What if they're really disappointed with us and they kick us out? Don't you want a backup plan?"
And your backup plan is that there are diamonds at the bottom of the river?
A couple of diamonds in your pocket gets you a lot of places in this world.
But that's assuming they are even diamonds, and that we don't somehow get ourselves killed trying to get them out from the bottom of the river.
They're within arm's reach, and I start rolling up my sleeve.
Are they actually within arm's reach?
Yeah, I was saying it's pretty shallow, like it's a fordable, as in it can be forded, a river that can be walked through and across.
But when you said it's white water, is it like
rapids?
Rough, or is it actually white water?
I wasn't thinking rapids. I was thinking it's very shallow, like you couldn't swim in it even because it would just, maybe you could sit down and come up to your waist. And it just has this white shimmer to the top of it, I guess. Maybe it appears white in sunlight.
Maybe we should find out what our problem is before we...
Sure, I'm rolling up my sleeve and I'm reaching in to...
I hope it's like something grabs you.
Yeah. The problem card is an arm lost.
Definitely not from the happy expansion deck.
Well, that's on the nose. Yeah.
Oh no! Oh no!
I can't see it. It's blocked in.
Literally, our dark thoughts that we were just joking about given life.
Oh no.
Okay. Well, if I could, I'll take point on this. I reach down into the water and I grab onto one of these diamond stones, and then, as though it was listening, the river was listening to me. It starts filling my mind with doubts, and I'm kind of transfixed. I have my hand around the stone and I'm transfixed and I'm staring into the river, and like a screen, like on the surface, I'm seeing these images of me being booted out of unnamed mountain magic school, and yeah, and it's just like a long I see my long life of disappointment.
And you're like in a trance?
Yeah, I'm kind of transfixed. I have my hand around a pretty sizable unfinished, like like a raw diamond, but I'm just transfixed. So the spell needs to untransfix me.
Maury?
And I'm gonna sit out.
Yeah, that's fair. Maury, hey!
I like try to grab the back of your shirt and be like, Maury, let it go, and I keep like pulling. But,
and it's not that I'm super strong. Like it's not like that I'm resisting it. It's just that there is no movement to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was a great idea. Let's get to grab the diamonds on the bottom of the river.
Oh.
Couldn't have been anything wrong with that because there are diamonds that have been sitting here on the bottom of a shallow river for a long time.
So I was gonna argue with you, but you might have been right.
Oh boy.
All right, so how do we get Maury out of this?
I don't know if I have anything good here.
I have grow. If something could grow underneath his hand to push it out of the water.
Or I could get some personal growth.
It's true.
That is.
I mean, he is full of doubts right
Emil
now.
sits down with Maury and just has like the most serious talk. Like,
How do you feel about this?
Yeah, so what is the root of this? Yeah.
this is literal like spoken magic is therapy.
Wow, we found the core of the game.
Too real. Oh god. That's all I really have that could help. I mean, I have heal, but do we know you're having these thoughts, or do we just see you frozen?
I didn't want to make it too sad, but I would imagine that my face is showing
Yeah.
like guilt and stress and maybe like a couple of tears, like my eyes are welling up.
Oh.
So there seems to be something, my brain is keeping me here, not like a physical thing.
I have either rise to try and get Maury to stand up.
Ooh.
Or lift my spirits.
Yeah, exactly. Or similarly, I have wonder. If he seems like sad, it could try and show him something magnificent. I don't know.
So my choices are calm, which I think is kind of the opposite. Well, I don't know. Maybe that could help.
That could maybe help.
I have flame and I have storm.
Oh. I feel like calm.
I feel like calm. Yeah, I agree.
I also have heal, but I don't know if I feel like calm might be more effective.
Mm-hmm.
Or both. Oh.
And I like that Zell would have to fix this because he was arguing with Maury.
Fault.
What? I was the one who didn't want him to reach in the river.
That's very true.
I know,
You
but
were right.
you actually egged him on. Like,
That wasn't
he
the
was
intention.
Like, let me prove this to you, and then stuck his hand in the water. How do you?
Oh. Bell's just like, damn it.
All right. So what were we thinking we were going to use? I agree with you that calm probably works for
Okay.
my word, but we need to figure out an order of words here.
What was Emil's word again?
Well, I have heal, but I also have, if we're gonna do calm, we could do like, I have grow as well.
Yeah.
If you wanna...
Yeah, so we could grow the calm.
We could do calm, rise, and grow.
Ooh, okay.
So you like calm him down, we raise him up, and he has this personal growth. I don't know.
Yeah.
Now, would it make sense for me to maybe toss a hindrance in?
It
might.
might story wise.
So while you are conjuring this, I'm going to use the word Juror. It's got an apostrophe in it. I'm not exactly sure. Juror, and it means cloak. And I am just wrapping myself in these bad feelings.
Oh no.
Oh no.
So I'm gonna throw my word out there. That's Yaroon, which is calm.
I'll put this at the end here.
Rise was.
Against one.
Mine was Jerosa.
All right, and mine was.
Wasn't it calm first?
Yeah, and it is. Yaroon is the first
Oh,
one.
but no, but you can.
Oh, okay, fine.
And then mine's grow.
Yeah, so that one goes.
Cynthia.
And then there's the. Oh, I love that.
Yeah. Ooh.
So I guess it's my turn, and I do have to read this spell.
Yeah, read it.
Do you read it with a different accent at the end when you try and hinder it? Like, do you?
Yes, I'll have a weird. I'll do a weird voice for the last one. Yaroon Zarosa Scintilia Jero.
Ooh.
Ooh. All right, now we
Okay,
roll.
Now we roll. No.
I didn't get a 4, so if you got a 6, it succeeded.
I got a 6.
Yes.
Yeah.
I got a 1.
I got a 5. So I feel like
It's-
it went in order. It went 1, 5, 6. So like it like increased until like it actually like you like barely calmed him because like his hindrance was there, but then we like brought him up and Emil like
He grew out of the cloak of doubts.
mhm.
So I imagine myself being knocked back. No diamond in hand, obviously, and I fall back onto my back. And it was like maybe colors faded for me a bit when this was happening, and they kind of snap back in.
Mhm.
And I say, the first thing I say, I shake my head and I say, like, I'm a good wizard, right?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I kind of look around at you guys.
You make stuff from nothing. That's amazing.
And it's really important.
Okay. If you could just remind me of that sometimes. I'm like dusting stuff off.
Oh, I mean, we could all remind each other of it. Emil and Zell, you guys are awesome too. And Maury, you shouldn't feel bad.
Group hug.
We
can
The real meaning of this river. And I like how Jake brought back our whole joke. That's just the beginning. That time was the friends we made along the way.
So we are rich, guys, in friendship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, everyone.
I'm gonna laugh if friendship is what we really bring back to Hunter's
Yeah.
Peak.
So, what were the words again? I know mine, but
Yaroon was calm.
calm.
There's Scintilia, which is grow.
Zarosa is rise.
Yeah.
Okay. I think of these, grow is the one I'd like to gift.
Mhm.
And I'll just to make sure we all have options. I'm gonna give it to Zell.
Mhm.
He
Okay.
definitely got to listen to this guy more
He knows
and
what he's
not do the dumb stuff. So on the other side, like it's very easy to walk across this river, and there are parts where we can't, where we can walk across without touching. Even maybe there's like a little footbridge, like a little further down, and so we don't have to come in contact with the despair diamonds.
Yeah, I like the idea that there's been this little footbridge the whole time, but we all kind of didn't notice it at first because of the diamonds at the bottom of the river.
Yeah.
Like, oh, a bridge. Look at that.
Yeah, so there was a solution to our problem.
But that would have depended on not touching the diamonds.
Oh, well. So yeah, so we get across and like...
Yeah, and on the other side is more of these kind of sparkly fields.
Okay. So it's pretty chill. We're good. Chill.
Mm-hmm. We're chill for now.
We've all kind of grown from this.
Yeah, I'm going to assume that I don't have any lingering effects because you guys did a great job at.
Yeah, that was our first successful spell.
Yeah. Good job, everybody.
I feel like it went really, really well.
We got a 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was our first successful spell and the first one that had a hindrance.
That's
too.
true.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
As we walk along, if we're like kind of walking in silence for a while, I just go, "Hey, Maury,
Yeah.
you're a great wizard."
Okay, it's like maybe once a week. It's
Well,
fine.
you know,
Let's not overdo it.
just in case, you know.
Thank you, Emil. I appreciate your ability to. I can bring things from nothingness, but I appreciate your ability to restore what we already have.
Oh, thanks. I pick like a fancy little diamond wheat thing that we're walking by, and I give it to you. That's for you.
I pin it to my robes.
Yeah. Onward.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So we're back to Jess.
Castle of Echoes. The ancient song.
Ooh.
Can we hear something?
Is it bagpipes?
So I think we're moving through this like grass, and it's actually rather pleasant. It's pretty like it's nice, and there's some like rustling, so there's a constant like sort of noise. And I think, how tall were they before? Were they like low grasses? Like was that discussed? How?
I imagined we couldn't see above them.
Yeah, okay, so they're above our heads. Okay, cool. That's what I was hoping for. So, I definitely think that we're moving through. We're doing all right, and then we sort of like come out, and it's a little bit more. It's not like mountains, like the mountains we came from, but there's hills up ahead. And we continue sort of like traveling along until we see this cavern in the hills that actually has almost like the rocks around it almost like frame the entrance. And somehow from like inside it, there's a sound of like wind coming out. And it like whistles, and the tune and the tone of it change. So there is almost like a song coming out of this.
Is it like long and drawn out? So we're hearing like one note for a long time, and then it's
Yeah, I almost picture like whale song, but winds.
Mm-hmm. Wind whale songs.
Do you think any of us would have known about this?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I mean, we didn't get out much.
Unless there was a tale back home of the wind whales.
Who would know the most? I imagine maybe our elemental wizard would know the most.
About wind whales or about this castle of echoes or whatever?
It's wind music. I don't know. That sounds like another word for fart magic.
Well, it's funny you mentioned that. Now I'm really having regrets, but the card that I burned earlier was wind.
Oh no!
The wind whales of old.
Oh man.
But yes, let's say Zell has heard of the wind song before. There have been travelers that have come to Hunter's Peak, and they have mentioned hearing the wind song, and that it says things to them sometimes. That they hear words in it if they listen close enough.
This has to be our next clue.
Yeah, I mean, how can it not be? Like, this was along our path. It is clearly a special place. It's singing us a song, you guys.
And
What
if
could
people made it
possibly go
back,
wrong?
people made it back to tell us about it, so
It's true.
Yeah. It got written in a book somewhere.
Yeah, so it's
So we
definitely not just a murder hole.
That's another card we haven't drawn yet.
I'm sure
The
the
murder
problem,
hole.
I'm sure
Murder
the problem
hole.
card says otherwise, but
Yeah, let's find out what our
The
problem
card
card
literally
is.
says murder hole.
it's just all black.
yeah.
Ah!
The problem is murder hole, and the prompt is what murders you in the hole.
Dylan's taking notes.
Dylan's taking notes about the murder hole.
That's a whole expansion too. Well,
All right, let's,
The whole
Yeah,
expansion is just an expansion of holes. It's all different types of.
all right, let's find out what our problem is.
Okay.
so we start heading towards this castle, I imagine.
Yeah.
How few remain.
Ugh.
Oh, that's not grim at all.
Is
Mm.
So
Really?
few remain of what?
Yeah.
I
Okay.
really
This.
hope it doesn't apply to us. It doesn't mean us.
Oh shit. Okay. So there's. Sorry, I read something. It could be how few that remain that came from here. It could be. You know what it might be. It might be how few songs remain from here. Like maybe this was actually a place. Maybe it was like more magical, or there was more to it, or like there were more songs or more notes to the song, and now there's only a few left.
Oh, I'd have thought, what about all the people who listened to the song and took something away from it, took the song?
Yeah,
So now there's very few songs left.
there's very few songs left.
So as we get closer, we hear that there are layers of different songs.
Yeah. And as you listen, you can pick one out, and that's when you can hear what it's trying to tell you.
Yeah,
But then you take it, and that one's gone forever.
yeah.
But maybe there's only like 2 left or something.
Like each person's thought that song was for them. They were like, this one means something to me, so I'm gonna take it. But really, they were supposed to not take the whole song with them, like, and like it
Also-
it ruined it for future people that came here.
Yeah, and they were also probably projecting, too. The song wasn't really for
It
them.
wasn't
was
for
just like,
them, yeah.
that was the one they picked out, and they're like, oh, yeah, this is definitely meant for me, and I'm going to take it.
Yeah.
Maybe our problem is to try and capture the song without taking it, or like
Ooh.
you know,
To
like
understand the song without taking it.
that's right, document it or copy it or something.
Yeah.
Ooh. Okay.
Oh, boy, I don't know if either of my words help with that, but
I mean, if we're in a cavern, how dark is it in here to see what's going on?
The cavern led up to a castle kind of thing. So
Oh, so we're in it. Okay.
or is it like a natural castle? Does the term of castle just come from its shape, the cavern?
Ooh.
that's up to Jess, isn't it?
Yeah, sorry. I don't know. I think you go in and it actually like opens up a bit, almost like there's like an interior courtyard, like almost like a
Ooh.
But this castle formed out of the stone, kind of, basically.
Yeah, like, maybe not man-made, but it just looks reminiscent of a
It
castle.
does. It looks reminiscent of a castle. On, like I said, on the exterior, I think there's almost like these columnar forms, and then as you enter, it kind of like almost like a tunnel or an entrance, and then it almost opens. And I think there's even almost like a skylight, which is where like the wind comes in to create this music. And I think it's sort of actually as we go in, it gets louder, and in this room where the wind comes in and then it's so big, the songs swirl around in here. And that's why as you come in, you hear more of them. You hear all the songs.
It could even be
That is so cool.
There's a lot of like small holes all around it, and it's like flute. It's like a flute, and the way the wind comes through changes the sound.
Different pitches. And,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That is super cool.
Fan art. No.
I don't think I've got anything that's gonna help.
Can someone remind me what Callum was? Who had that one?
Not me.
Was that me?
Was it you?
I've been scratching them out, and that's bad.
I put like one line through them so I can still read them.
Well, it's not
I don't
not
think
point. That was Tis.
Yeah.
What was our first spell? Because you would have gotten it during that first spell.
It would have been through the second spell, wouldn't it? Or
No, you went first.
yeah, but I didn't get a word back in the first spell.
That's right. Sorry. What was our second spell?
It was you and it was Mori and Zell.
And then.
Yeah, Zarim Kalam was the second spell, and that was when you were.
So Kalam was one of your words,
Yep.
Jordan. Because Zarem was my light. It was abolish.
Oh, abolish. Abolish.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna write those down again.
No, I'm writing it down because I have it. Sorry, I just.
Cloak.
Abolish. Okay.
So I have 2 words. I have, actually I have 3 words because I was given one. That's right.
Yeah.
I should write that down. I was given Scintillia, right, which was
Grow.
grow. So I have grow, I have flame, and I have storm.
Storm could, in theory, like, come in here and suddenly, imagine making a windstorm inside of like, or on the outside of like a flute, and just causing all these tunes and notes to like occur.
Oh, when it collects.
Yeah.
And we have to make the storm copy the message we want to take.
Ooh, we need to try and copy the song.
Yeah.
So what other words do we have that could help with that?
I have conjure. I could maybe conjure something to catch it in.
Okay.
I have. I don't know if I have anything. I have thrive.
Although conjure storm makes sense.
Yeah.
That's true.
Do we need anything to capture something with, or?
Well, if that's our intent.
Yeah, because Emil's power is restoring, so if you have something to restore the lost song. Mine is stealing, so in theory I could try and help steal.
What are your words?
Wonder, plant, fly. I could try and plant the song in our minds so that we don't have to steal it. Even though
Or we
plant
could,
it in a place. Like, can we plant it in that spot?
or we could conjure a storm of wonder,
yeah, that's what I would.
restoring some of the songs that are lost.
Yeah.
Do we get to keep any? Do we get to keep it, or are we just going to try and learn what we can as we move through?
Are we trying to keep it, or are we trying to restore some of the songs to here?
I mean, I think from our spell, we're trying to restore some of the songs. Whether we get anything out of that process,
Yeah. Like, maybe if we do really well, we'll get to, like...
learn something.
Yeah.
I have flourish too. I don't know if that would help any, but I feel like since I'm restorative, I should put a word in there. I just don't know what would help.
A flourish is it can be used in a musical sense.
Mm-hmm.
Which songs? I mean,
And also growing and flourishing.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, what was...
One thing's for sure, we're conjuring a storm, right?
Yeah. Conjuring...
so if we all put in a word, we could do conjure, storm,
Of-
wonder, and flourish.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're literally conjuring a storm of wonder and flourishing or something, or flourishing wonder.
I'm sure it's sparkly too.
All right.
Whoa, that's a big one.
I
that
know.
Number 3. Quadrionis.
Yeah.
Quadrianus.
Yep.
Neat.
Ooh,
Which one is that?
Dude, that's wonder.
Okay,
cool.
that's a cool word for wonder. I like it.
Yeah.
I love the symbols too. They're so
Yeah,
cool.
the symbols are very, very cool.
I keep trying to see patterns and meaning in them.
Mm.
Okay. So
You gonna read our spell?
I know. I'm just like thinking. Hang on. So I think like, yeah, Partir is like, guys, there's so few songs left. We have to try and like see what we can restore, and maybe we can take some of it with us. But first, we have to try and make it.
Yeah, so many of others have taken from this place.
Yeah, if we can take without, if we can keep without taking it permanently.
I established that Maury is a note taker, I guess, so I could be trying to, while this process is going, is trying to pick one and write something down from what I can hear from it.
Or like discern a note for each of us so we can be like harmonized, so it's all instead of taking a whole song, we could take one note.
Sure.
Or maybe whatever spell gets gifted is something that we sort of
Ooh,
learn.
yeah.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Okay, so we're conjuring the storm. We're trying to make it wonderful and flourish, and make this place flourish. Actually, I feel like.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's many meanings to it.
Yeah, many. So I guess like, yeah. Oh, I don't know. I guess we're all just like focusing on it, and I don't know. I'm gonna just try to read it. Azir,
read it.
Threz, Quadrone is Burr.
And I really picture like this sparkling wind
Like
comes down, and we can hear like the songs and stuff, the notes throughout it.
Yeah, I just feel like this like amazing like wind like swirls all around us, and like all the notes start going, and it picks up and it gets like louder, and there's more and more, and it's actually almost kind of overwhelming, I feel like, for us. But
Yep.
Yeah, we have to like stand our ground and
we have to try and like persevere through this.
I
So
hope
what-
shoulders to like stabilize, so we're all kind of.
Yeah.
So which of the spells gets gifted to somebody?
Well, we'd have to
we
roll.
have to roll it first.
Oh, that's right. We have to roll it.
Roll.
Guess what, guys?
What?
I got a 6.
Yay!
Nice. So I got a 1. So
I got a 2.
I got a 5.
All right, that's a success.
So we did it.
Woohoo!
we did it. We restored some songs.
Yeah.
Yay.
So we definitely yeah, so I think like you said, like this is really like it gets like louder and louder, and like it's amazing, but it's also really like intense. And like Amelia said, you're just like holding on to we're holding on to each other, and like I think actually maybe because I feel like the way the spell works, I feel like Zell and Maury were doing sort of like the base of it, conjuring like this storm and stuff like that, and then like Partir and Emil were like almost outside of them. Like
Making the music.
yeah,
Just, like-
kind of like yeah, making it like this wonderful, amazingly, like making this place flourish and making it all. And so I think we complete the spell, and like we hear it, and also like actually it goes like silent for a second, and then the
we
songs.
think we failed.
Sorry,
And we think we failed.
Yes.
Like we look around, yeah.
we think we actually broke it worse for a second there. But then, like, slowly and quietly, the songs build back up, and they're no longer, like, too loud. And we can actually, like, slowly pick out bits and pieces of all the songs. And it's even more wondrous and beautiful than it was before. We did it!
Did.
Beautiful.
I'm gonna give Flourish to Maury, because I feel like he kind of sealed this for us. Sealed this deal.
That's Burr.
Yeah, Burr. Oops.
Burr, sir.
Damn.
Who am I fighting with? Flipping
Me!
that coin?
Stop flipping my card!
Of course it's you.
That was a good one.
It was.
That's
I
really
think
good.
we did something really good here.
Yeah.
And you have to take your location,
Yep,
Jess.
I took it. And...
Unfortunately, the song we added was the hamster dance, but I think it's worth it.
I'm just thinking of all the songs that Jess had stuck in her head when I was in Toronto.
Yeah. It's the Muppets. It's the Muppets.
Yeah,
oh
the
my
Muppets-
god, it's
Muppets
totally
show
the Muppets!
Which I had to listen to for a whole night.
It's the combination of the Muppets and Sweet Caroline.
Oh
'cause
my-
that's what we-
Yep. Yep. That sounds about right.
Whining.
Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, I think Maury like managed, like, I think you managed to take something from this without like you said, you took notes on it, thus taking an aspect of it but not taking it out.
I will accept this gift. And are we going to use this as some kind of meaningful thing to guide us? We were talking about maybe this was a piece of information too.
Oh yeah. So yeah, so I think we hear all the songs build up, and I think we spend some time like in here just like listening to it and enjoying it. And then we're like, oh shoot, wait, we have a mission. we have to go do something. And I think it quiets down again, and then we hear sort of the wind directing itself out one of the holes, and it's almost like directing us. And we're like, oh, maybe we try that way.
Follow that wind. What did I say?
Just sorry, I'm going back to the fart magic thing.
Yeah, I know. Me too, but I didn't want to be the first one to say it. All right.
Amazing.
So do we completely leave this place, or?
I think so. I think we leave it behind. We fixed it.
Yeah.
Now we move on.
Yep.
All right.
Maury's spirit is lifted because this is like a win that he needed after the thing that happened at the river.
Yeah.
So thanks.
Because we can't tell him he's a good wizard
Yeah,
for another week.
It's not. Yeah, it hasn't been a week yet, so we're not allowed.
It just starts to be too much, you know?
Maury, you're great.
Thanks.
Looking around, checking no one noticed.
Who, me?
Okay.
Hi.
All right. So I'm next, I think, for location.
Yeah.
No ominous clicking.
Yeah. Because I'm on a trackpad, but
That's really interesting.
Whispering
Fjord.
Fjord.
Yeah, the whispering.
secret revealed.
Yeah, especially following the last one, which, you know,
Yeah. So
about more noise and things. So.
Mhm.
right. I think we followed this wind, this one note on one song or whatever from the castle. And it just sort of we're following it. We can hear this note, and it eventually dims to like a whisper as it passes into this fjord that we walk into. I think we're at the bottom, so like we're at the bottom of the fjord or whatever. So there are these giant chasm walls on either side of us, and the song just sort of whistled through there and turned into a whisper.
So we came across it leading back out to the water, or is that a fjord?
No.
Yeah,
Is it?
well, I mean, there can be water in a fjord, but not necessarily, I don't think.
Yeah, I didn't think there was always water in a.
I'll be honest, I don't know what a fjord is.
So the definition is a long, narrow, deep inlet of the sea between high cliffs.
Oh, okay.
So there should be some sea here.
Okay. Yep, you were right. You win.
And it comes out from a larger body of water. Like it's on the edge of something usually, right?
So it could be that inland sea that we crossed. We kind of circled back towards it.
I'm gonna assume there's no boat.
It washed up here after you kicked it back into the sea. But no, I'm pretty sure there's no boat here. But we do still hear like there's just a persistent. It sounds like a whispering.
So is that the whisper that came with us, or is that one that's here? Like, did it direct
That's
us
the
here and we found a
mystery.
whisper?
We don't know.
Ooh, okay.
I mean, we hear it. We heard it. The song sort of turned into it that we followed.
It's a
And
secret.
And it's still
kind of
here.
got trapped here, sort of, between the walls of the fjord.
Could be.
And a secret gets revealed.
Yeah, who's got a good secret?
It could be a secret about this location.
Could be.
Ooh.
I mean, I've already revealed my crippling self-doubt, so I don't think I've been late there. So
Does this place hold the secret to what we need to do next?
I would certainly hope so. So our options are to swim, which we know we can't do, or climb along the mountain walls if we want to continue out this way.
Or there's another secret passage or way to go. I mean, I think I kind of want to find out what our problem is before I say what the secret is exactly. But I like the idea possibly of a secret way of getting out of here or continuing onward.
Yeah, I guess, we've been getting more and more familiar with the sounds that we've been hearing and patterns and things like that. And maybe with each progressive place, we are better at tracking where the sounds and things are coming from. And maybe what seems like a random whispering bouncing around in this fjord, it's actually seems to be pointing somewhere or trying to reveal something to us.
Yeah, so let's find out what our problem is.
Yeah, our problem might just kill us, so.
Oh, wow.
What?
The ancient one will soon pass.
That's a hefty fella.
Maybe it's not bad guys. Maybe the ancient one passing through can show us the way.
Could be. We can interpret that in more than one way. But it's still a problem.
Yeah, it's true.
So
It's a problem.
we have to solve it.
Maybe
I haven't. Oops, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
It's Jason's turn, but I got a vision in my head. I have an idea that I want to put out there.
What is it?
So I imagine these tall walls, they would funnel wind, right? And I think wind has been kind of an ongoing thing for us. And what if, as we are watching, I'm literally just trying to, like the
It really has been an ongoing thing for us, wasn't
the blowing of air. That's still bad.
That was really bad.
And as we're standing there, like the wind's sweeping up, and what if like a huge air elemental actually picks us up?
Oof.
And so basically we literally get swept up into the interior of this large plodding air elemental that's like walking us out towards the sea. And our problem is figuring out how to get out of it in the direction that we were told to go by the whisper.
Without falling into the sea.
Yeah.
And also, yes, there's also the danger of dying in the sea.
Oh, jeez.
No pressure.
Mm-hmm.
I
actually have a card that's really good.
Good, because I do not. Or I don't think I do, at least.
I can
bring back...
Go ahead.
Sorry. I can bring back point again to kind of point us in the right direction as we jump or what have you.
Mm-hmm. I have a card I was hoping to keep till the end, but this might be the time for it. It is, in fact, fly.
It doesn't guarantee us the success.
Nope, it doesn't. But I mean...
It's worth a shot.
So we have fly to a certain point.
Yep.
That's 2 cards.
Mm-hmm.
Can anyone else contribute?
I have grow and flame. I'm not sure either of those adds to this.
I have shake, light, and heal.
Shake, light. I mean, you can make us lighter.
Oh, that's true.
So that, like, it's more like a feather fall if we don't fly. Yeah. Like, I don't know.
Or the wind carries us like
to make flying possible. Like, maybe we're too hot. Like, we're too heavy to just innately fly. But, like, maybe if you lighten us.
Yeah, or we want to fly lightly to a point, like, so that we land.
Yeah, gently.
Mm-hmm.
We could try to get out of the fjord too. Instead of going through, we could go over it.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I wasn't sure what Jason had in mind for the direction we were going in, but I imagined there being like a hole, like a cave in the cliff face, to get into. But I'll leave that to the Invisible Man. Oh, he's back.
I'm back.
Where are we trying to get to, Zell? Like, what direction and where are we trying to go?
So I think... So we still have that part about the secret revealed. So I think that when the ancient air elemental picks us up and we're high in the sky, we see a path out of here that we couldn't see from the ground. Maybe there's a yeah, so at one end of the fjord there's a waterfall. All around the fjord, like even at the top of it, there's very like jagged, sharp outcroppings of rock and no real pathways or places to walk.
Excellent.
But along the river that runs into the waterfall, it's passable. We could travel that way, and we couldn't see it from the ground because we could only see the bottom of the waterfall.
Okay, so that's the point that we're heading towards.
Okay, so we're gonna...
I'm tossing Tis back out.
Yeah, so we're gonna do point, light, fly. Right?
Or it could be light fly to the point, or whatever, right?
Maybe light should come first so we can fly.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Light, fly, point, I think.
Yeah, good point. Okay.
Good point.
Tis.
There we go.
Ooh. Gull.
All tiny words. Little tiny easy words. You got a nice easy spell, but
Yeah, I do. So I think we've all been swept up into this massive kind of cyclone that's lifted us up into the sky. We're like hundreds of feet above the floor of the fjord now, and it's carrying us outward towards the sea. And I think we've all sort of been shouting at each other how to contribute over the sound of the wind, how to contribute to something that can get us out of this. And I actually didn't add a word to this. I didn't have anything that helped. But you all give me your words to make into a spell. And I look towards the waterfall and I say, Legaltis. And we all like turn light as a feather and we're just like blown from the massive elemental. And we float across the top, above the fjord to the waterfall.
We hope anyway.
But do we actually succeed though?
Yes, we have to find out.
I got a 5.
I got a 4.
3.
So, yeah, sort of success.
Yeah.
Can we get to where we're going, but then we have to... It's like a struggle to get up? Can we do like a...
Yeah, like is it...
Better than average roll, but like...
What if we get to the top of the waterfall, but instead of landing on the ground next to the waterfall, we land in the water, and we lose like some of our things that get swept over the waterfall
Yeah.
as we're crawling out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we sort of made it, but now we're wet. We're missing some of our stuff.
Yeah.
We had a direction and we had the flight, but we didn't have that one last word that helped us stick the land.
Land.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we all just like roll and like all the stuff goes everywhere and we lose some of it, like you said, and like.
And the elemental wizard really should have had a land word, but nope.
All right, so we're soaking wet.
Ow.
No, my stuff! Oh, no!
Oh, jeez.
Well,
Guys.
there goes my tent.
Oh.
There goes a bunch of my notes.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Do you still have the song at least?
Do 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 do.
Yeah, perfect.
You are the worst! Get out!
Aw.
Also, the rooster song from Robin Hood.
Oh, that's
so
true. I hate that has been ruined for me.
I know.
That's what I thought it was. I was like, oh, okay, yeah.
He's
Yeah,
doing
and the hamster dances that song
the
sped up.
hamster does
Like some asshole.
ruined that wonderful memory from childhood.
There goes our world building.
From Robin Hood. I'm so sad right now. Okay, so you get to gift a word and then keep the location.
Hmm.
And then it's gonna be... I mean...
What was your word, Partier?
Gull was fly.
Gull was fly.
I think I'm going to gift that one to
It's a good word.
a mill.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, it might come in handy again.
Yep. Fly be good. I was just hanging on to it.
Fly be good.
I mean, like, you know, fly literally good.
Yeah, I think as I'm wringing out my robes, I say to Partier, I have this feeling you had that in your pocket in order to use it to escape a situation. So I appreciate that you used it on us.
Yeah, you know, it's generally when you're kind of known for taking things, it's good to have a way out. But it seemed like we needed it more now, so...
Yeah, we didn't end up dropped in the sea from hundreds of feet up, so I think that worked for us.
I'll just steal it back. At some point. Nah, it's fine. I'm kidding, I'm kidding, I'm kidding.
The eyes like,
I'm kidding. It's fine.
But is she? All right. Who's next?
Emil.
Okay. Location. Alright. Ooh. Ooh, over there.
We all
I was like, what is this?
Ithrazaya? What lies within the ruins.
Twins. Oh, jeez. Ithrazaya.
That sounds cool.
It does sound cool.
That sounds like a magical place.
Mm-hmm.
Or I suppose if it's ruins, a former magical place.
That's yes. Yeah. So I guess I'm gonna go with the whole ruins thing. I guess we continue on from this waterfall. I'm not. Did you want to decide on the terrain, or do you want me to decide?
You can decide.
Okay.
Where do you want your ruins to be in?
Well, I guess it could be. Super rolling, kind of very lush hills, and so like hills that we can't see over. Just we have to go to the top of them. And as we're walking over these hills, when we get to the top of one, we look down and see this sort of circle of stones that I guess they're positioned in a way that we can see some runes on them. And I don't know what else. They appear to be kind of more like columns than anything. You can tell that they were man-made. They're carved. They're not just natural stones that are just there.
They're like kind of standing stones type things?
Yes. But more carved.
So you said we saw like runes?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say a thing. You could totally say like no. Is there like a moment of like, hey, wait, hang on, like a bunch of stuff from our past trip kind of comes together, and the runes look like the stones from the fracture, and the columns look like the parts of the Echo Castle, and like it almost like looks like all the way along this like things were actually connected that we couldn't see until.
I like that. And then maybe there's sort of holes in the stones, and there's like a vortex of wind that keeps spinning through it, so sound's coming from it. And there's like petals and grass and everything that's sort of getting whipped up in this sort of circle. But I like that it sort of gives hints to what we've already seen. Yeah.
Like somewhere, like if we stay till night at some point, something phosphorescently lights up like the reef did.
Ooh, okay, yeah.
Maybe the stuff that's flying around in that wind vortex.
Oh,
So the
it
wind
can light
vortex
up.
lights up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You
And we
definitely
have,
say it was nighttime by the time we got to this place.
and I guess as you got closer to it, kind of like the chasm, that it became louder. So the closer we get to it, the louder it gets, and maybe there's sort of an idea that we need to go inside of it, like pass through.
Well, those ruins might have what we need to bring back home.
It looks pretty important. It also looks really cool.
Cool is good.
The few notes that I have left, I'm like rifling through to try and see if anything lines up, and a few things do. All right.
We should definitely
Problem?
investigate. Yes.
This
let's find
seems
out.
great. Nothing can go wrong at all.
There's definitely no problems here, guys.
Nope.
Nothing has gone wrong. Nothing will go wrong.
It will be great. Except, bam.
Oh, that sounds great.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
What if the crystal of Ozar Kai is what we
Need
could
to
have
get.
could have gotten from
And
here,
it's
but
broken.
and we need to fix it.
Oh no.
Maybe it's just like in the center, but it's sort of like cracked and out of place, and it looks, something like that.
Ugh. So tell us, Emil, what does the crystal of Ozar Kai look like?
Ooh. I immediately go to an egg shape, and it sort of has this. Oh, okay. I just thought something. So, it's sort of an egg shape, and it has a little, I guess, lack of a better word, it has a crack in it, and it sort of has a swirling galaxy, sparkly kind of energy, and it's sort of leaking out of the crack.
Ooh, is it becoming like little sparkles that then like just kind of go
Yeah, it's
dissipate?
sort of like, and it seems to be getting more and more empty as we stand there, and it's sort of tilted, and I guess we could see that it's kind of fading a little bit, but like it's like the energy's kind of leaking out of it because of this broken piece.
So I have 2 words left. I have flame and I have grow. I feel like grow might be helpful.
Grow might be
In
helpful.
combination with other things.
I've got absence, Hinla, absence, which could mean a space left by the crack. So if we have something that we can fill it with, that might work. And then I've got good old flourish.
I have shake and I have heal.
Heal might be.
Heal is good.
Heal might be really good
I
here.
feel like heal would be
Healing the
good.
absence.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you have?
All I have is plant and abolish. So unless it's like abolishing the wound, I don't know. Like,
I want to posit a question to the crew. This sparkly energy, this kind of cosmically sparkly energy, or do we associate it with a bad thing trying to escape,
ooh.
or a good thing that maybe should be released? You went and said an egg. You went and said egg, so.
This is your
can it
fault.
be-
Egg.
I know, it's definitely my fault.
But it could be a good thing still.
Yeah.
Maybe it needs to hatch.
Right? And if all the magic leaks out of it, it's not going to.
Oh. All right.
Yeah, maybe whatever's inside is leaking out, but it needs to come all out at once to form.
Mm-hmm. That makes
Okay.
sense.
So it's possible we're not fixing the crack. It's possible we're hatching it.
I didn't mean to throw a wrench in the works, but it could go either way. Sparkly things did almost doom me to a life of misery.
Very true. That's
we
very
can't
true.
necessarily say all sparkly things are good, but
But almost
they
our
are.
sparkly things are good. Come on, man.
So then if we were trying to hatch something from it, my word of grow would be very appropriate, but I'm not sure what else would go with it.
I have shake. We could like
Shake the egg. And...
shake it out. No,
You also have heal though, right?
I do.
So we could, because if the egg has been cracked for a while, it could be that it needs to heal and then grow.
Yeah.
And then hatch.
So we could heal it, take the healed crystal, and then bring it back to our home.
Well, or it hatches into something.
I think we could maybe squeeze a flourish in there as the final result of things. So whatever we're doing to the egg allows whatever's inside to flourish.
To grow and flourish.
That's good.
Yeah.
And then, did we just adopt a pet? Is that what is happening here? Like, we're hatching it into some kind of like sparkly creature that we adopted.
New friend.
I mean,
It
what would be
seems
a game if we didn't adopt something in it?
Like we said that all along. We didn't know exactly what we had. Like we knew we had to do this mission, like blah blah blah, but we didn't know exactly what we were looking for and stuff like that. But like back home on Hunter's Peak, do all the hunters have like familiars, and we never picked up on that? Like we never like.
We don't know necessarily that there's a being or anything inside of it, right?
Well, we don't
Or
yet know,
beings.
but it's gonna hatch.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll know at some point.
Or we're gonna hatch it, whatever
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
All right. So we've got what? We've got heal, we've got grow, we've got flourish.
Flourish. Yeah, so I think we healed the cracked egg, and then it grows and hatches and flourishes.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. I'm tossing flourish out.
I gotta toss.
I will do
Can we get one more word here to increase our?
I don't
odds?
know what you want me to. I have plant, so unless you want me to plant that spell in there real good, or abolish.
Mm,
Yeah, I think
abolish
Shivas
would
might
good
be.
if we were getting rid of the egg entirely,
Yeah.
like helping it get out.
Or
Okay.
not.
I think we have the wrong order here. I should be in the middle, I believe.
So I'll go boop.
Centilia's grow.
And maybe as we get closer to this crystal, the song and then it gets louder and louder to the point where it's like disorienting. So we're like kind of struggling with it.
All right, so Emil, if you're gonna cast the spell,
I am. Oh, okay. Is that one last one? Burr.
Yep.
Okay. Elka Scintilla Burr.
and
I do that at the end too.
That's that's
considering
important.
Burr is literally flourish, that's your little flourish.
That's important. Okay.
All right. Rolling my die.
Yep.
Right.
3d6s.
Uh-oh.
2.
No.
Oh no.
So what?
So
So we maybe you did heal it, but you didn't hatch it.
or we had two words that were about like flourishing and growing, and so maybe what came out too early.
Oh, it's a little like
Oh.
premature creature or something.
Yeah, I'm not
Weak.
want to go darker or anything on this, but I think maybe like it's younger, like it looks like, it's weaker or something.
It's like a little
We
run.
have to take care of it.
It's
So-
Emil's turn, so I think she should let us know.
Yeah, what it is.
Went from a crystal to an egg. It's totally my fault.
It's a crystal egg. It could be.
Yeah, it could be both.
Yeah. So maybe what comes out of it is, I guess it's sort of tangible, but not, and I feel like it would be sort of like a glowing light, I guess. And then, I don't know, how would we know that it's not healthy?
Well, if it is its form like a glowing light?
Does it flicker out a little
Yeah.
bit? Like, does it
Yeah,
like?
I guess it could
little
be
dim?
sort of. Yeah, so you know how like distant star super flickery, like when it's almost, it's kind of like that, like yeah,
Mhm.
crackly. So I guess it seems bigger than it is, but when you try to hold it, it's really small, but it's giving off this
Mhm.
sort of flickering light. and I'm just holding it like I don't know what to do. Da-da-da-da. I don't know.
But we hatched it, and it's alive.
I know. I mean, we need to take it with us. We can't leave it here.
Yeah, we need
Yeah.
to take care of it and then return it to our home, to Hunter's Peak.
Maybe this is what we needed.
Yeah, this is something we can bring back.
Oh, jeez. And then maybe it has like from the wind what we've been hearing, we can kind of hear it coming from the little dude, or like just you can kind of hear it whispering a little or singing quietly a little bit.
Yeah.
And, I guess I wrap it up and sort of cradle whatever it is. I cradle the light.
Cradle the light. I mean, it like you said, it might have like somewhat of a like. It has enough incorporeal components that it starts to have a bit of a physicality, like between the light and the sound, and I think it has like move. I imagine it's sort of like doing a bit of like a float, and like you said, like it's like sort of like flickering and like pulsing, and like it's like whistling the song, and like maybe when it first comes out, it whistles a bit of like a sad like because like because it's not quite complete. It's not quite like.
So like the hamster
It
dance in a
has
minor
form.
key.
No!
Get out!
Which I'm gonna look up on YouTube later because I'm sure.
That's the second time Jess has gone, get out!
Yeah.
So I guess it has form. It's just not. It doesn't seem significant enough to survive and thrive at this moment.
Yeah.
We can get that from.
Yeah, Emil definitely needs to protect it. I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
The
Especially
only
since
thing-
you are the restorative
You're the
wizard.
restorative one. This is basically.
And I used heal already, so I have nothing.
Do you have no words left?
No, I have. What do I have? Do-do-do. Oh, what was? Oh, I didn't write it down.
What was it?
I'm the worst.
What was it?
Gull. G-U-L.
It's
Gull.
fly.
Gull.
Yep, fly.
Oh.
So is that all you have left? Fly?
No, I have fly and do-do-do-do, shake.
Okay.
That's
Does it
all
make
I-
sense that my scene maybe is the last
Yeah,
scene?
your scene is definitely the last scene here because we're like we're gonna
So
run out of
which
spells.
word are we gifting?
Yeah,
And to whom?
yeah. You have to pick a spell and
Ooh,
gift it.
All right.
What are they again? Burr is flourish.
Centilia's grow.
Grow. I feel like we should save grow, or flourish.
Flourish has served us well.
Yeah, it really has. It's been a good
do
word.
that. We'll do flourish. So that is fur, and I'll give that to. How about Zell?
Okay.
Yeah. Have flourish. It's a good one.
And then you want to take your location card.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. So I have this little.
I think you nabbed your problem card.
I did. Whoops. So I'll take that and I'll give back my problem.
Yeah, you don't want to keep your problem.
If only.
If only life were so easy.
All right. While we're going here, I'm drawing my location card.
Sorry, here's my problem.
All right. We can get this over here. Boom.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh no! What did you do?
Uh-oh.
It's perfect. It's perfect. It's good. The Titan Tooth Mountains, a hidden way.
Oh.
This is perfect for the journey home.
Yeah.
All right. Our young ward in hand. The potential key to us becoming true wizards. We need to make sure that we find a safe way back. And I feel like between the four of us, since Partir is very all about sneak, and Zell, obviously, you know the ways of the stone and the wind, and Emil, you can keep us safe, maybe keep us out of view, and then me with my nothingness, I'm gonna stretch it to say that I can maybe find places where things aren't anymore, if that makes any sense. Like things moved away, and we find an old abandoned mine that seems to lead deep down and under the fjord and up to the other side. Because this is something we're not going to survive one more time.
Yeah, and this way we don't have to go over the water.
That's right, which is cursed.
And we have no boat.
Lynette
That's right.
wrote sneak friend and enter.
I like that. That's good.
That's amazing. Sorry.
So, yeah, maybe we find our way to a place where the cliffs become more of a mountainous type structure, and we find an old abandoned mine. Ironically, it's a diamond mine.
Ooh.
But
Have all the diamonds been mined out of it, though? Or most of them?
And sent down the river?
They're all in the river.
There's a lot of coal left behind, we'll say, that they discarded as they were looking for the diamonds.
That's not good for the water.
Well, no, this is in the mountains.
Yeah,
It's not
sorry.
So yeah, we find our way to the entrance to this place, and I say, I feel like we're getting familiar with this land, and I think this will help us skip past some of the more difficult parts.
I don't have a better solution for getting across the sea.
No. I mean, the Titan Tooth Mountains sound really safe. So.
Totally safe.
You've said that. I feel like I've heard you say that before.
Every time we've said there will be no problem.
Yes.
Okay.
But then we have to literally draw a problem card.
What?
So I imagine we all can conjure a little bit of flame or light or something to find our way in. And our last leg of our journey is a descent into the Titan Tooth Mountains.
Oh boy.
So what is our problem?
Yeah, what's our problem?
What's your problem?
Going great. Everything's going great.
Oh, it's got lots of text on it.
Oh, good.
Uh-oh.
What?
Decaying reality. The
Last spell is repeated. If this spell fails, all words are lost.
oh no.
What?
Dylan, your game.
What did you do,
How
Dylan?
dare you,
Oh,
Dylan?
I like his "oh boy" in all caps.
Oh my
How
god.
Dare.
So the last spell that we cast, which was the heal, grow, and flourish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we get into this mine and we find our way deep down, and it's really like this swirling. It's like a swirling kind of mine shaft that goes all the way down, getting us deep below the water of the fjord. And as we go down, we see signs that it's a little bit like Alice's descent into Wonderland, and things are kind of like, I think it should be coming from our new friend. And there's just something about what happened when we cast that last spell is really, its growth is like in leaps and bounds and yet stunted as well. And the space around us is kind of warping because of it. And we have to try and do what we did before and do it better to stabilize it.
Yeah, we are lucky. Like Dylan just said, we didn't hinder in our last spell. I thought about it too. I thought about suggesting it, but I was already contributing to grow, so it would have had to been partier.
Yeah,
It would
that's
have hindered it,
true. I should have
So,
hindered it.
spell failing means rolling.
It would have. We can't really fail it.
Okay, right. We just got it. All right. Then the three of us that contributed have to do that again, right?
Yeah.
So literally we see like bad things happening with our new friend. And
Well, there's just the power within it because it came out too early. It's just out of control, and
Okay.
so it's young. It doesn't know how to control things, and this obviously is a font of like some kind of raw magical energy, and so it's kind of like the dwarves wandering around in Mirkwood or whatever. We're kind of getting lost a lot, and it just seems to be like this ripple coming out from the creature that's trying to understand itself, if that makes any sense.
Jeez.
So we got to help it, or we won't make it.
All right.
I'm rolling.
A 5.
5.
3. So not a perfect thing, but we managed to find a way to like repeat what we did before. It's still not as good, but it gets us to the other side of the Titan Tooth Mountains. And
Is our buddy still weak? Because it wasn't a total success.
I think if we got it, I think his status is the same as when we entered. Unfortunately,
I feel like maybe like because you said like it seemed a little more unsteady, so like maybe they are as they were. Like there's.
It needs to be here, and when we saved it, it was here, and then in the mountains, it was here.
Yeah, so you got it back up to like mediocre. It's
our
it's
poor
not,
mediocre buddy.
It's not about to go and take us down with it.
Yeah,
it's
that
stable, but it's not.
If we had rolled a 6, maybe.
It's not doing well, but it's stable. Like.
Mm-hmm.
So as we make our way back up the other side of this mine and get out into the open air again, we can actually see far in the distance the tip of Hunter's Peak and where we need to get back to.
Mm-hmm.
And that's that, I think, for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I'll take this, but I don't really need to.
Yeah. I don't think
because now we go in reverse order.
We go in reverse order. So each after the last words. So typically you would play until there's no words left. You literally play.
We're pretty close.
You literally play it until you are speechless. Is how the game works. So after
that never happens to us.
I'm not familiar with that concept.
what is this concept? You're
You're saying that we stop talking for a time?
Yeah.
It doesn't make
Impossible.
Yeah, since we have a time limit, and I think it's rather perfect that we each had 2 scenes, it does make sense for us to sort of end here. And so the rules as written are: after the last words are used to cast a spell, no more words are drawn. Each player takes an additional turn to share what they have learned about magic over the course of the journey. Then go around in reverse order, playing your location cards and describing what you see as you take the path home. When you arrive home, sit in silence. Maintaining the silence, every player writes a short phrase on their index card that starts with "My words are," to indicate how their words have changed through sharing. So
just to clarify, the "my words are" part, are we saying something about that, or are we doing something with the words that we had?
I think you would say something like I think for I was trying to think of like what I wanted to say, and I was just gonna sort of like say it as like an example. I think I would say something along the lines of like, I may have had to steal my words to gain them, but that doesn't mean I can't use them to give back.
Okay.
So something that you've learned,
Yeah.
like something you take away from your experience.
Yeah.
Okay.
And yeah, Dylan, I'm curious what the meta answer is. We may not use it, but
Yeah. So
So are we doing the location thing?
Yeah, let's do
or
the
we-
locations first. So we were at the mountains, so if we're going in reverse order, I think we go back to the ruins.
Yeah, and it's Meg.
So you can pull that
Nice.
card out and like floop it down on the location card, I guess, and then we can throw them all back down as we travel back through.
All right.
so Dylan says in the beginning you're told what your words are. That's our Arcanum card.
Oh yeah.
I guess sort of our.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Okay,
what our magic is.
Yeah.
We make
That-
them our own as we play.
Yeah.
Yeah. But at the end you get to decide what your words mean to you.
Okay.
All right, Meg, tell us what it's like passing back through the ruins.
Ooh. Okay. So
After we save the egg.
we took the egg. So is it still nighttime or no? Still.
Up to you.
I think the journey through the mountain's pretty long, so it could be day or night, up to you.
I feel like by the time we got back, it's probably like dusk, sunsetting situation. So we walk on top of the hill and we see the ruins, and we can still hear the wind going through the holes in the ruins, but it's a little more subdued now, and the winds have died down, and you can still see a glow, but it's not as aggressive. It's sort of light and gentle, and it's just sort of existing there now. It's not as active as it was when we first approached it. Yeah.
Does the little dude react in any way? Or little pal, pardon me.
I have a thing I want to ask you guys.
Ask.
As we travel back through the locations, does the little dude get like a little bit better?
More powerful?
Yeah, a little bit
Yeah.
better, a little more powerful as we sort of like take them on
Starts
this
to
journey
recover.
of what we did to get them.
I imagine the trial in the mountain right at the end taught us some tricks to help casting the same spell twice. Like, it's a good way to learn how to do it better.
Yeah,
And
like
so-
hadn't we never done that before? Hadn't we like usually when we do a spell we kind of like lose the ability to do that exact spell again, but you guys just repeated a spell for possibly the first time ever.
Yeah, and so that innately has shown us the way to help them grow. So yeah, I think that makes sense. They get a little bigger, tougher.
The the flickering starts to slow down a little bit, and the light's getting more consistent. Yeah, so I guess he's, or she, or they are getting a little better as we walk by.
All right, and I think I'm next with the Whispering Fjord.
Yep.
All right. So, I think that when we come back through the ruins to the Whispering Fjord, we come back to the top of it again. We look down where this waterfall is, and from this angle, what we couldn't see before, and because of the way the rock face is there's a pathway down by the waterfall. The waterfall is obscuring it the whole time, and also the fact that you sort of have to look down on it to see that it's even there. Otherwise, it just looks like part of the rock face. So we're traveling down this waterfall, and one thing that's notably different this time is the ancient one, the air elemental, the winds that had picked us up. The winds are there, we feel them, but they're not angry. They're not trying to take us or pull us off of this path or lift us into the air. It's actually a nice, pleasant breeze. And we sort of feel the wind at our backs as we walk down this path on the face of the waterfall, down to the lower level of the fjord again. And back to the entrance where we came in. And while we make that trip, our new little friend, his glow is starting to just get brighter.
I like it. So the Castle of Echo, so that wind continues and like takes us back, and I think we sort of come back the way we came towards the Castle of Echoes, that sort of like cavern, and as we do, we sort of hear all the songs again, and I think the little light sound being egg creature,
Little light buddy.
little light
Light
buddy. Little light buddy almost seems to like perk up hearing the music, and I think we hear a little song play, and it's clearly like just for them, and we see
And we didn't hear it before.
that we didn't hear before, and we see like little light buddy kind of flash along to that song that's like just for them, and I think they take this with us, and then as we continue we hear them kind of whistle that song, and they didn't take it. It's still there and they have it, so somehow they are special enough that they can do that inherently, and they never cause damage to it like we saw everyone else did.
It's like this was all meant to happen.
All right, my turn.
Yep.
The good old Diamond River.
Ooh.
I'm walking with confidence as we walk towards this, and
You're a good wizard.
As we're doing it, everyone like just comes up by Maury and is like, "Maury, you're a really good wizard.
Great.
You got this.
You're great.
And I whisper back, "This is the right time to do it. This is good." And I head to the little footbridge, and I pull a little parchment out, and I write something on it, and I fold it into like a little boat, and I just lower it down into the water, and it kind of gets swept away slowly by the river. And written on it is my the last word from what I started with, which is Hinla, which is the word for absence. And at this point, I feel like I'm not missing anything right now. I've got everything I need, and so I don't have a need for that word anymore. And I let it drift down the thing that almost made me not journey further, because that seemed to be the poetic thing to do. And then we just continue.
Yeah, I like it.
Who's next, Jess?
We're back at the fracture.
Oh.
Fractured. Okay. Forbidden magic. So, as we walk up to this huge cavern, we can't see down to the bottom because it's dark. As we get closer, the little dude starts getting brighter, and we just see huge pieces of stone just rise up, and they sort of make like a little mini bridge across this giant fracture that we can't get across without it. So they kind of glow along with our little glowing buddy, and I sort of step forward and like put my foot on it, and it doesn't dip or anything. It's super sturdy, so we can kind of try and hop across.
Did little glow buddy make that happen?
Our little glow buddy. As we walk towards it, so as I step towards it, another one sort of rises up, and if I put my foot on it, it's stable, it's steady, and the little dude kind of glows a little brighter.
Oh, glow buddy.
Yeah, thanks, dude.
Next is the Dread Forest.
All right. I think so. I also have one of my original words left. I think we enter the Dread Forest, and as we're entering it, it's still dark and oppressive and old, and the fog starts to creep in that we saw when we came through here the first time. But I take the last of my original words, which is Destati, or flame, and I light a torch to guide us. Very bright torch that just floats in the air in front of us. And as we're moving through the Dread Forest and carrying this torchlight with us, the fog is just kept at bay, the hungering fog. And we're able to find our path. We can see our path ahead of us, path through the forest, where we return back to the mangroves and back to the sea.
I would probably put my hand on Zell's shoulder at this point and say, light got us through here the first time, so light's going to get us through on the way back. Good thinking.
Thank you. And now we're back at the sea, the Gilded Reef, yep.
The Gilded Reef. So... Oh no, we're gonna cross the fucking ocean, you guys!
Is the boat here?
Okay, here.
Can we see the boat?
No, it's not here, you guys!
No.
I think...
You have a word from your original words that can tell us about.
No, I don't. I don't have an original word, but I do. I have Kalem, which was given to me, and it means abolish. And I think Partir is like, okay, I didn't steal this one because someone gave it to her. and just remembering that this is the first thing they all did together, and like Partir and Emil, you know, tried that first time to heal and restore the water, and it hadn't exactly worked. But I think that she takes this out and is like, didn't steal this one, and like tries to cast it to abolish the initial like curse or whatever it was that they hadn't quite gotten rid of that first time. And I think we're all just kind of like standing on the edge for a little while. I think we're all like kind of like just, we came out of the forest and we're kind of like walking along this like beach, like, how are we gonna get across this water, guys? And I think like Partir like walked a bit into the water by herself and sort of like did this thing, and then slowly you see a slight like little wave pushing a boat, like boop 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 boop, and it's that sea spirit that we tried to help the first time and we didn't quite help.
Now it's helping us instead of hindering us.
Yeah, and I think it brings us back the boat, and then it like rises up to see Glow Buddy, and I think there's a moment when they kind of like boop.
Boop snoots.
They boop snoots. and then
You're right, you guys did make this cute and happy.
We did it.
Yes,
We did it, you guys.
booping snoots.
They boop snoots. They do a magical boop snoot. It's a frickin' adorable. and then we all get into the boat with like, you know, Light Buddy making happy glows. Like I think
And the water pushes us back home.
at the front, and I think the water pushes us back home.
Yay. Ooh, can we have like little bioluminescent like following us along?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Buddy?
Yeah.
Cool.
And then do we have like, I guess we have our last thing. Does that take place at Hunter's Peak?
Yes, when you arrive home, we all sort of like, I guess, go home and sort of like meditate on what we learned and our magic and what sort of happened, and we all have to come up with a like my words are. And like I said, I already kind of said mine a little bit. I think for Partir, it's like my words may be stolen, but they can give back.
I've got
Think that one.
Yeah.
one. My words may come from nothingness, but an absence is just an opportunity to fill it up with something great. So I'm not taking things away. I'm making opportunities for new things.
And I think mine, so my words are the elements, and together those elements make a whole world.
Mine are restorative, and I know that I can heal, and I was shown today that even if we fail, there's always a second chance and we can bring things back. And I hug my little baby.
Oh.
We did it, guys.
I feel like we did it. I feel like we did good.
I feel like we literally brought the power of friendship back to Hunter's Peak.
Yeah.
I Lion King our glowing buddy.
We get there and the headmaster's like, "What the fuck is that? You're gonna have to clean up after that. You're gonna take care of that, right?"
You guys were supposed to bring back like a sword or something.
Yeah.
What the hell is this thing?
What do light buddies even eat?
Hope.
They eat hope.
Oh my god!
Oh yeah, no, that would be bad.
Dylan pointed out that Glow Buddy actually matches the prompt for Hunter's Peak, which is a new companion!
Oh shit!
Oh my god. We didn't even. Wow.
I have literally not looked at it
Yeah, me neither.
since.
Maybe,
That's awesome.
I hadn't even thought of that. That's amazing. I feel like our story was so complete.
It worked out
Yeah,
so well.
Close the circle.
Wow.
And I feel like we did, despite some of the spookiness and some of the problems, we still managed to keep it mostly very happy
Just sparkly
and positive.
Sparkly, glowy.
Yeah,
Yes.
positive, happy, sparkly glowiness. Friendship, guys.
That was awesome.
That was
That really was good.
that
Yeah,
was
that's really cool.
that's Dylan. Your game is freaking awesome.
I
Yeah.
definitely want to play it again. I'm so glad my first like streaming and everything was with you guys with this game. It was awesome.
It was so good. I'm
Yeah.
so glad you got to play.
Me too. Me too.
Yeah, you did great, Meg.
Yep.
Oh, thanks.
And no one's internet crapped out.
I know.
This is the
Wow.
first game that I've gotten through where my internet didn't poop the bed on me.
It's the Glow Buddy.
It's the good
He's just broadband. That's what he is.
What I thought was really cool, because one thing I was wondering when we tested it, whether we'd have an opportunity to actually put a detriment in, like other than being forced to by a problem. But then you can kind of conjure a situation where you are working against the other players, but it's like a story element. I like that came up. That was cool.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I feel like cooperative, we would cooperate it all the way otherwise, you know.
Yeah.
But
No, I think it made sense, and I'm glad you at least got to showcase the hindrance that you got, and it made sense because you were kind of like in.
It was a really good
enraptured.
story element.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it felt like a comfortable place to be wallowing. So
Yeah, it made.
Yeah.
I think it made a lot of sense, and it was really good. And I know when you and I, Jordan, like did a little tiny playtest of the game, we actually got to do a hindrance pretty much immediately because I think my character was upset, and you tried to calm them, and they were like, "No!" and immediately tried to nope out your. So I think there is that really fun. Like
Yeah,
there
for
is fun
sure.
to be had with doing.
for sure, if I was trying to cast a spell and Zell didn't want me to to pull the diamond out, then that you could see the conflict happening there or something. So,
Yeah.
Yep.
So it made
It
sense.
was a really fun game, Dylan. I really liked the cooperative elements, and it was really fun.
It's really, really good. It was awesome. So I've posted the link in the chat. Go check it out if you haven't already. Thank you guys for playing with me. I'm so glad we got to do this. Let's go back around, and if you have anything you want to pitch or you just want to tell people where you're at, we can do that. I'll go last for this one, so we'll go opposite way. Jason, you're first this time.
Yeah, so I'm Jason. On Twitter, I'm at Jace Levine. I guess the only thing I have to really promote is on this coming Saturday and every other Saturday after that on Jess's channel at 2 p.m. Eastern, we play Spire. Yeah, and that'll be starting up. That was on a little bit of break because I was in Toronto.
Yep.
But it's starting up again next weekend.
With other Meg, who's in chat right now.
Yeah!
So
Also, Meg is probably better than other Meg.
I'm sorry. Also, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, well, we refer to each other as Megan and other Megan
Okay. All
Okay.
right.
all the time.
Then I rescind my comment.
Thank you. I'm sorry. Okay, now it's your time, snooty pants. Go ahead, Jordan.
Oh, it's me.
Yeah.
I'm made of a cartoon. I'm Jordan first, and then I'm made of cartoons on Twitter and just on Twitter right now. Don't go to the Instagram. But the only thing I will really plug, and Jess will probably plug it as well, I'm going to be in a Fall of Magic. I'll be kind of playing and facilitating a Fall of Magic game that starts on the 28th, I believe, of May.
Mhm.
So not this Tuesday, but the Tuesday
Next
after.
Tuesday. Yeah.
It's prompt based like this, but it takes place on a scroll that slowly unfurls, and you travel along it, and it's a magical escort mission where you're trying to get this ancient being from one side of the map to the other. So we'll be playing it over 3 Tuesdays, and it's one of my favorite. It's a beautiful game, even in digital form. It's really nice to look at, and I'm excited to introduce it to more people. So that's the 28th.
Mm-hmm.
And then maybe a Fiasco game tomorrow if we could dig up a fourth person.
Yeah.
But
We're looking for a fourth person for Fiasco tomorrow because it's a holiday in Canada, so we have
It
time
is.
during the day. So so we thought we could snag more people, but everyone's
So we need to find
doing
a
stuff
Canadian.
with their holidays. What?
I have been asking every Canadian I know, and they are like,
They're all doing stuff. What's up with like is that what holidays are for? Gosh.
Oh.
I don't know, if you guys can make it an American holiday, then
then you'll get
play.
you guys will come play.
I could
Nicholas
not
says he
teach
might.
the children.
Nicholas says he might be able to, depending on time. So we'll talk to
Yeah, Nicholas, we will talk to you in a second.
His voices during your monster prom yesterday were so good.
I know.
His Liam, especially.
I was so excited, and I loved when he had to talk to himself. My favorite was like when he did Miranda, the mermaid girl, the sweet teen princess, and then like Scott, the big buff wolf dude, in the same, and he was like conversing with himself as those characters.
He did a very good job of keeping them both distinct.
Yeah.
I was, as a dungeon master who talks to himself a lot with NPCs, I was impressed. So
Yeah, it was so good. And the oh my god, I loved all of them. The Liam and the Calculaster, all amazing. So good.
Okay, that's me.
That's that's you and Nicholas. Apparently, we're also promoting our friend Nicholas, who actually did this layout. So if you put exclamation point, I think it's Nivinter, or it might be exclamation point Nicholas, I can't remember, in chat, that will give you his info because he's amazing. And Meg, thank you so much. I'm so excited we got you online. We snuck you on here and we got you, and now you're here now.
Yes, the nerves faded pretty quickly. It was nice. You guys are awesome. I'm so excited.
It was really nice to meet you, Meg.
Yeah, it's nice to meet you too.
And now we're gonna pull you into more games.
Yep.
I am completely okay with that. Now that I know how to work things, I could do it.
It's kind of like just clicking a link and then
Talking.
Then Jess has to do all the work.
This is true. I was worried about the whole like these are my husband's, but now they're mine. So I have all this stuff to do it with. So I'm excited. Yeah.
Do you have anything you want to promote or want to tell people where they can find you or anything?
I am Wide-Eyed Wildling on Twitter and Instagram, and I don't really have anything. It's just I'm promoting all of you guys because you're amazing, and I love it.
That was awesome.
Follow everybody. Yeah.
I'm so glad we got to play with you, and I'm so glad I really like the story we made together. It was a ton of fun.
The visuals were great.
Yeah. It's really like there's a lot of I love the cooperative like that you like can all sort of like add to it and stuff like that. That's absolutely become my favorite thing.
And describing everything you see is awesome.
I think writing prompts is like the most difficult thing in this game, and all of them were inspiring enough without giving us too much of a specific feel.
Yeah.
So
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kudos on that, Dylan.
Yeah. It's really, really good. So yeah, hi, my name's Jess, and if you're here, you're on my channel, so follow this if you haven't already. This is where we do this sort of stuff. Yeah, follow everyone in this game because they're all awesome. Go follow Dylan because he's freaking awesome. Go check out his game because we
streaming my game and giving it such a good showing.
Oh, thank you for the bits and the nice message. Dylan just came up on stream, so you guys wouldn't have been able to hear it, but it said thanks for streaming my game and giving it such a good showing. It was an amazing game, Dylan. Thank you so much. Everyone that hasn't, go check this out. It is so good. Highly recommend. I cannot wait to play it again. So glad I got to play it with this crew. It was absolutely awesome. Yeah, follow me here. Follow me on Twitter. I have a Patreon now. I just released my first game yesterday.
Yeah.
Which is like, oh my god. Oh, let's not think about that. My voice actually just faltered a little bit. But yeah, if you want to hang out with me more, I'm excited to be going to go do the Critical Reroll podcast in an hour. So come hang out with me there if you're a Critical Role fan. If not, come hang out here. We do a wide variety of stuff. Play Stardew Valley all the time because it's our chillest chill jam. We do a lot of like monster prom with people when we can get them on to hear their excellent monster voices, because that is a ton of fun. Like Jason said, we do Spire here every other Saturday. I do WoW with my best friend Dustin, because that's his favorite game, and I love having people show off their favorite games. I do Borderlands with my other good friend Slayer, because that's her favorite game, and I love, like I said, playing games with people's favorite things. Upcoming, there will be, like Jordan said, Fall of Magic. There will be possibly Fiasco. There will be gonna start writing stuff out of the Uncaged Arcana with which is that awesome feminist monster mash D&D book that just came out. I'm trying to think. I know there's more, but I'm gonna let you go because I'm gonna stop talking. So thank you all for being here. Thank you guys so much for playing this with me today. It was so much fun. It is such a good game. Guys, go check out Dylan. I'm not gonna stop saying that. Go check out Dylan.
You should.
Yeah.
And thanks for running it, Jess, and introducing us to it.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, so we're going to be doing lots more games like this. At some point, I want to get people on the channel to play my game at some point.
Yes.
So that's something we're absolutely going to have to do. But in the meantime, I hope you all have a good rest of your day. I am going to throw it over to our good friend Angie, or Banjalerp, who is doing some excellent character art right now, and you should go, check her out. But yeah, thanks. My buttons are not working. I'm clicking buttons and nothing is happening. But so at some point it's gonna work and we're gonna go there. I'm a super professional streamer, you guys. I think I did it. I think it's happening. Bye. Thank you guys so much. Have a good rest of your day. See you all later. Thanks for being here, etc., etc. Follow, like, subscribe. Bye. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks for watching.